Testing. We should have sound now, hopefully. Let me know if you hear anything. Start talking. Give us an
Hello. We back there live? All right, cool. Well, welcome back, everybody. We just went back to green flag racing. Nah, I'm getting the delay.
Hold on. Let me fix that. We can't hear anybody there. Now try it.
Yeah, we had a brief delay when the Leviathan MR2 blew up coming down into 6. He oiled down a considerable portion of that tight right-hander. Wow.
Okay, just let me, guys, we're still trying to get things set up here locally. Paul, do you have sound on your end, on the live feed? But they can hear me? All right.
Not that they really want to listen to you, but...
Oh. Yes, there we go.
Oh, you told me to turn them down.
There we go. We're good to go. Somewhere.
Hello.
Trying to get you guys some in-car cameras, so give me a minute here. Family members. Go ahead and talk, guys.
Well, I'm waiting to talk about something. Let's see. There's the 254 car, very slow on the back straightaway. That's the Miata of, wait, I got to look at my list. 254. That is Justin's Angels. Slow on course. He is now pulled off to driver's right, just entering turn 7. Other than that, we could go through our leaders, couldn't we? Yeah, well, let me, I could pull it up here, probably.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You know who else is back out there? McKibben's Biohazard is back out there, and the car looks as fast as it ever has. Yeah. I called that. Well, initially we thought it was a clutch, and then Allison came up here and said they saw a transmission next to the car.
Thank you, sir.
Now, that might have been the transmission that came out of the car to get to the clutch. I haven't been down there to verify that. But yeah, thank you, sir. But Mark said he exited turn 6 and he was just hammered down, going to put a couple of cars, and then bam, it exploded on him. So, but Troy said we couldn't get the car fixed by 1, and I disagreed heartily with him. Of course, I disagree with most things that Troy says, but looks like we got a safety vehicle on track. In turn 5 right now, approaching 6. Everybody's giving him a wide berth. as well they should. You may have to take over here for a second, Paulie. Al, Mike's dad, just brought us a delicious lunch.
What? We don't get to go. This is a critical situation.
What do you mean we don't get to go on lunch?
Lunch? Oh, wait, we're union. I forgot.
We are not. As Mark Twain said, I would refuse to be a member of any club that would have me.
Trying to get some cameras here for you folks. We're having a hard time finding some, but we'll get there. We'll find something.
Holy smokes. Yeah. Well, I still got a dog in this hunt there, Tiffany. Man, I got the chicken on a stick, and all they did was pluck the thing. This thing is huge. He's that hot shoe I was talking about in my predictions. They flew him in from Mississippi. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Chris Huggins. All right, they've got that Miata on a hook now, towing him in. I heard through the rumor mill that when they were towing us in, the tow strap broke.
Yeah, snapped.
I hope it wasn't us that did it, because I'd just be mortified. I'd be mortified. It is absolutely my pet peeve.
You should have hung that tow strap up with a chain. I need a beer. I bet Paulie needs a beer.
We can't have a beer on the broadcast. Ah, I see.
Oh, yeah, I made that rule, didn't I?
Yeah. Way to go, Bill. I'm not wild about it myself. So, are we back on Facebook, Bill?
No, we're only on. I can only do one.
Okay. So
Which
we're
is
over
on
on YouTube. Okay.
So send them to YouTube, please.
So, folks, if you go to our YouTube page,
You can listen to us right now. You can't watch us.
you can listen to our melodic voices, our witty puns, our rambling thoughts.
You know, all of us except for Tiffany have a face for radio.
Yes, yeah, we definitely have a face for radio.
Water?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Water? Thank you, sir. You're the best, Al.
Al's bringing us beverages.
He brought me a whole chicken. I'm
So-
telling you, it's this chicken on a stick. The things are huge. All they did was pluck the chicken. That's a good point. No doubt. I would imagine Miata diff fluid is much like any other diff fluid. This stuff is foul. I love it. I can't remember the manufacturer, but somebody's come out with
Paulie,
a
can
great
you-
flavored diff fluid.
Can you send me the link to Tuttle's car? Okay. Keep talking.
Talk about the race.
Wait, what? He likes to put the what? Wait, there's an additive that can make your gas smell like Coca-Cola? Oh, grape soda. Well, in the South, I thought it would smell like a knee-high orange, you know? Or a Yahoo chocolate, you know, soda. Yoo-hoo? Yeah, Yahoo's a different thing entirely, huh? Yoo-hoo. Oh, it's Yahoo's. I was thinking of the broadcast team.
Get us a camera.
What?
I'll get us a camera.
Bill is frantically going through all these boxes up here to get us a camera working.
That way I don't have to bring it across the internet. We can just pull it here. You can see the track.
Well, Paulie says use the cameras that Justin gave us because they're already up. I don't know if we can get to them.
He has to give me access to those cameras via the firewall. I can't. Yeah, you just
Heavy traffic up in the upper carousel. 4 cars battling it out coming down into turn 6. 3 wide. One of them is the Momo Champ car. Let's see who else is involved in this fracas. The 97, looks like the 501, the 484, the 632. We got a great view of that upper carousel, and I think that's what Bill's going to set up the camera for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, and especially that right-hander coming down into 6, that turn's fun. At least you can see where you're going. Unlike turn 15 up to 16, that's that's kind of one of those muscle memory corners because you really can't see it. Yeah, yep, works for me. Oh yeah. Oh, the right-hander entering the big long left-hander, that backside carousel. Man, that is fun. That is fun. And you don't have to, it's a quick count to turn right. And there's a marker right there is what I use to turn in. And you hit it perfect almost every time. And carry a lot of speed through that carousel. All right, I got to do my lap counts here. I'll be off for a second. Like so many men, Tiffany.
All right, we got video. Now, if somebody comes and stands in front of us, then we won't have video. All right, we're getting there, folks. Sorry about this. We're dealing with some technical difficulties with the internet here at the track, and we will fight and we will get through it. The safety truck is on course right now, waving a green flag out the window to signify the drivers to go around them. Hopefully not at race speed.
Yeah, he points them by which side he wants to be passed on. I think that's a great idea.
Sure. Oh, sure. Okay. And you don't want to get yelled at by Jackie. She is one tough girl that will does not take any poopy off anybody. Did you get yelled at by her? Ah, that's not good.
Were you in fact the leader? Okay. Well, Jackie's back out there. We got the field. She's gathering up the field. We're a full course yellow again. We're trying to get this guy's attention.
Go get him?
Yeah, I'll move out of the way. He can't hear because of the race cars.
Tyler's going out there.
Oh, I was tapping on it with my diamond ring. It's okay.
His diamond pinky ring.
Yep, it's okay. Oh, Tyler?
I thought our internet famous guy was Bill. Yeah, I don't have a current program. You
that's
can't.
Gone. That's
Is-
old.
is it
Yeah.
gone?
Yeah, that's.
How'd you
I-
lose that lofty status?
Well-
Was that when you became the dick?
Yes, when I became the dick and the decal inspection and compliance officer.
What's happened?
Tyler just showed up in the studio here at Atlanta Motorsports Park. I'm trying to get you guys a better view of the track here, so we are trying.
That was good.
So biohazard understeers a little bit now, but it's good.
He's still fast out.
Are you able to see this? I'm turning off. I can't monitor it, so. Okay, good. So you let me know what you see and if things work out for you. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Oh, not that much. Come on. Yeah.
Al brought it up to us. It's the caterer down there,
Yeah, I had
over
some-
by the men's
I had someone
restaurant.
at,
We're getting there. Hold on.
Seriously.
It's hard to do.
There's no way I can eat this much. Here. Just put yours on the side of the box.
My computer's not made for what we're doing with it right now, so things are getting a little
Bill, we aren't made for what we're doing
That's
right now.
true.
Why should your computer?
things are
be?
getting stressed right now.
Bill's breaking out
Probably
into
not
a
as stressed
sweat.
as Paulie.
I think Paulie's put like a 45 in his mouth. Yeah, Colt 45. And I'm not talking
was-
about the malt liquor.
That was my father's. Oh yeah, that was my father's drink of choice. Well, I don't know. No, he opened it. He was clearly proud of the Schlitz malt
On
liquor. that he
YouTube, are
drank.
we ChampCar.live?
Huh?
Or just ChampCar?
ChampCar.live.
ChampCar.live.
That's the link to it.
Well, I want to watch the broadcast.
That's it right there. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't. In the room that they stuffed us in, I'm not able to get cameras outside in this room. So, unfortunately, this is the view that we have down here. But it's a lot better than what we had before, which was just a blank page. But
It's a golf. It's one of those 2-seat utility vehicles, and he's towing the brush. Yeah, I didn't see who it was. I mean, the last one we saw.
I think it had to do with that Miata that was parked right there, because that's where they're kind of working on.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That was the Miata Ashton's driving.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Accelerace Racing Analytics.
Yeah. It just stopped in the corner.
Yeah. I'm not sure of that, but people don't know. I mean, oh wait, I said that out loud, didn't I?
They may
Yes, they
have two
typically
cars.
have 2 cars.
Yeah, it was in pit lane just a little bit ago. I saw him come in. Yeah.
I bet you that's it. Because Justin was driving with that all-female crew.
Yeah, Justin is the IT official here at AMP, which is Atlanta Motorsports Park, for those that don't know.
So looking at the pace car, they're up in the carousel. Danger, of course, is in the lead. Visceral is only 4 cars in back of him. So we'll see if he's got something for him when we go back green. That's just because you picked that car.
Who Tiffany picked?
Tiffany picked Danger.
Ah.
Did you bet Tyler a beer? She says, yeah, you may owe her a beer.
I didn't make any predictions today. Tomorrow McKibbins is going to win. So.
Oh, did you hear that? Yep, Tyler says McKibben's day tomorrow. It's back out, and he looks fast. Yeah.
Drew Nabb's in the car right now, our tech.
Drew Nabb is in the car right now. Yeah. So they're catching up to the field. They're about a turn away. He's just now entering the upper carousel, and the pace car is in that hard left-hander at the bottom of the hill.
My prediction is still Biohazard can win this.
Oh, yeah.
He's another 30 pounds lighter because they had to cut a lot of metal off of it.
And a windshield.
That's true.
And the windshield, so that's 45 pounds.
Troy says it's pretty much understeering now.
Yeah.
You can-
Troy will probably be the most aerodynamic guy out there because he's so short.
Well, yeah, just that crown of his
Yeah,
helmet
it
is
was just-
sticking
if
over
that.
the dash.
If that, because he looks through the steering wheel.
I
It sucks
noticed-
on left-hand turns on some.
I noticed the camera he had so he could
Yeah.
see where he is.
It
That's
sucks on
pretty
left-hand
clear.
turns
Yeah.
because then what happens is he can't see through that little arm on the steering wheel.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah.
Here's a
Yeah.
little fun fact for you guys.
Fun fact.
So Dave, who's driving with us in McKibbins,
Yeah.
who used to race with Jerry in the Schumacher, he's actually now out in the Schumacher car right now.
Oh, right.
That's pretty interesting. Set their fastest lap. Got him up to 4th, I think, right now.
Schumacher
Yeah.
is indeed.
So Dave H. Was driving for Troy, but because Troy had some issues, Dave is actually out in the Schumacher taxi team, who he used to race with.
So
And, he
everybody's
just got
going to let
fastest
that
lap in
statement
car.
fly that Troy had issues?
Troy always has issues. Troy's my buddy, though. Yep. Yeah, we have a camera in that car. Unfortunately, it's not working.
Who's loafing? You are not.
Anyone pick the Hung North guys today?
Mike did.
Chiswick?
Yeah, Chiswick picked Hong North.
Not a bad
So that's one of the one of the traditions here with Champ Car is the most of the staff will pick a car who they think will do well. Mike picked Hong North. They've won. They have a history of winning here with their little Mazda.
And always top
Yeah,
five.
it's an MX-3.
Yeah.
No, is it MX? No,
MX-3.
Is it MX-3?
It's 94 MX3.
94 MX-3, and I picked Biohazard, of course. And Doc, who'd you pick?
I picked Visceral.
Yeah, Visceral.
Tiffany picked Danger.
Okay.
Does Paulie get a pick in this?
Paulie has no
um,
say. I'm
did
kidding,
Paulie
Paulie.
pick?
I'm kidding. Did
Didn't he
you
pick
ever make
Bio?
a prediction, Paulie?
I thought Paulie picked.
He's not listening.
No,
to
he's
us.
working.
Oh.
Or he just gave up and has gone outside and
Picked up smoking.
taken up smoking, yes.
Picked a bad week to quit sniffing glue. Okay, so McKibbins has reached the back end of the field. They've got a guy out on course. You see that, Bill?
Yeah, he's pushing him over. So 'cause
He's
they're
pushing him
working,
over. Yeah,
they're working a little
that
further down where we can't
hard
see.
left-hander, the lowest portion of this track, maybe except for turn one. So he's pushing the cars over, just motioning them over to driver's right. And that's another hard left-hander here. That is that turn 10, and it's a steep downhill. But then what's fun is you get to throw that, you make that left, and you get to throw that car into turn 11 because you're going to dramatically increase in elevation going up to 12, and it is fun. That's my favorite portion of the course because, like I said, I use there's a turn-in marker to driver's left at turn 12, and I use that as my turn-in point. And you cut the rumble strips on the inside, and you're set up perfectly for the carousel. You take that hard right and immediately start working your way into the carousel. You want to carry the inside line through it, and then let the car drift out as you approach 15, and then cut it back to the left to make that slight kink at 16. That's very much a trust corner.
Yeah, that's the one that catches a lot of guys off guard. They enter in the wrong position, which puts them at the end of 16 on the front straightaway.
And then they try and overcorrect.
Position, which is what happened this morning with the Porsche. Actually, it happened to that Miata. There's a Miata that started out here before we even went green, coming around the corner here. And, no, was it after we went green? I forget. He ended up putting the car backwards into the tire wall here, right at the just after you enter the front straightaway.
Yeah,
but was able to drive away with 0 damage on the car.
He had help doing that, though, didn't he?
I don't know.
I thought it was a mean green that.
No, that was down further.
Okay. Well, something happened at some point to some car.
Hey, we got Chris Huggins in the building here.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, gentlemen.
How is it out there, Chris?
Track is really fast today. Track's really fast out there today. It's a good day.
So Mike said that car is in what do you call it? Lightning fast.
A league of its own, I believe, is the phrase he used.
A league of its own out there. So, and I told him that you were in the car. I won't tell you what he said. No. You look good out there, man.
What is it?
Is it easy? Superman was mentioned.
Superman, huh? I don't know about that. The car is really well built. I'm very impressed with their build and
A 131.
A
great
131.
group of
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, the car's solid. The car's solid.
So how do you, Tiffany says that car is 5 seconds faster than anybody else. So how were you able to get that car so fast on a track? Really not designed for that kind of car. That's just.
I know, it's impressive.
I don't know why this track wouldn't be for that kind of car.
I don't know. I was just making stuff up, man.
It's got good suspension.
Like he always does.
Modern suspension design. It's got
Right.
sticky tires on it. and
Well, remember
it's
it
good power.
at Barber, those SC300s, the Birmingham 2 car, was had it in the handling department and the braking department on Troy's car. And they'd exit a corner and Troy's car would pull it. And then sure enough, the next corner, that Lexus SC300 was right back on Troy's tail.
The car does have really good brakes.
Yeah, really good brakes. And you know, it looks like such a big car. And you'd think, okay, these Miatas are going to have, you know, better brakes or that sort of thing. But that Lexus really has some stopping power. I've noticed him coming back right along here. We use the flag stand as our guide for braking. And he's, you know, 30 yards past it before he starts braking.
Yeah, you can see the markers when you're coming down the track on the right, and there's some curbing that starts. And that start of that curbing is where I was using as the braking zone when the track was dry.
That's a lot further than I've dared do. Dared do.
When you drive that car, you sort of feel like Pinocchio, though. You know, it is a big car, and the nose is like
Way out there.
miles out in front of you. So you got to be real careful. This is a tight track in some spots, and the passing zones are delicate sometimes.
Right.
Okay, Leviathan is back out. So whatever happened with their oil leak,
Oh, I
they
wonder if they
fixed.
blew like an oil line or
Yeah.
something.
Could catch can.
Yeah, it could be a catch can.
Yeah, they fill up. They tend to do that.
I've heard those Toyota motors, you know.
Yeah.
I
Is
like
mine-
the look of that car though, with the low wing in the back.
Like the long tail Porsche look.
yeah, like the 917.
He said it looks
long tail.
cool, and I said, "Oh man, that's the coolest MR2 wing out there." And
I think they put some time into their end plates too. Those
Yes.
big flat-sided
Yeah.
end plates, so that if the car is unstable, having big horizontal
Right.
surfaces
Yep.
like that
Pushes
is
it back in line.
it's going to help it be more stable.
Yep.
Yeah, and we talked to him, remember at Charlotte, and he says, I don't know if it works, but it sure looks cool.
You got to look cool. That's important.
Absolutely. It is far better to look good.
Yeah, it looks
than
like we're back
feel
to
good.
green flag racing.
Yep.
As Danger Racing takes turn one, which we can't see. They're coming three. Sometimes they're 2 and 3 wide coming down the front straightaway here, trying to joggle for position to get
Yeah,
make
it's
that
fun
turn.
to watch the cars up entering into turn 2. And we've seen Danger pass several cars there.
Yep. We've got Danger, Tuttle, one of the Tuttle cars
That
that's
little
not smoking.
kink to the left at 2 and then the right.
We got Visceral
at
racing about 3 cars back
is
with another
awfully
Porsche
fun.
right on his tail. I think that's a Porsche, the orange car.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good.
See them
We've
come
got
around in
Bill
camera
to
view there.
identified 2 different cars now. He knows MR2s.
Well, I know Porsches.
No, he knows, yeah.
My
That's
neighbor
because they
had,
got that
my
big
neighbor
glass.
in the 80s had one.
Oh, okay, got it. I knew it was
Brand new.
knowledge not gained here.
944 NA.
NA.
He hated, normally asked for it. He hated me.
I was going to say, is non-alcoholic? What does that mean?
Every time I started up my race car to tune it and stuff, it would set his TV because I had the resistor plugs and
Gotcha.
non-resistor wires, so it would light up everybody's TV, and they hated me.
You know, back on the Carrier, we had those EA6Bs, which is the Navy's countermeasures plane. And man, they'd fire up the electronic on those. They put out so many rays that the canopies are actually gold plated.
Oh, wow.
They'd fire those things up. It'd mess up cable TV.
Good times, those Navy people.
Yeah, you learn not to stand in front of that car.
You guys already talking about Biohazard being back out there?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And he looks fast still.
Oh, I think he's got no more fear in him.
That's true.
I think Drew's in it now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here comes Danger breaking down into 6. Breaking BRAKEING. Visceral hasn't lost too much ground on him. You see him pulling right up to Tuttle's bumper, breaking into 6.
So Tiffany, you want to give a rundown on our sorry, that was me. Would you like to give a rundown on the top 10 and then the top couple in each class, please?
I want to give a shout out to my friend Kieran O'Brien. They're in the No Sense Racing Miata that is currently running in 12th. Kieran normally field a BMW, a 325S IS like ours, and he's got my good buddy Javier Mendoza kind of crew chiefs that car. Javier is the guy that did the roll cage in my car, and you can't find a finer built roll cage. Javier did a phenomenal job. I mean, you can barely get a wire tie through the roll cage up to any point in the body. The A-arm, the A-pillars. And he used to work with Essick Racing back in the IMSA days when I was out there on the circuit. Really sharp guy. And I'm sure I'll owe Kieran a beer because his car is going to finish better than mine. Yeah, I got to buy Kieran a beer, but then Tyler's has got to buy, he owes me a couple of beers now. So we'll settle this debt up at the end of the year down in Sebring. I got to find a ride down there.
Oh, we can pick you up.
I'm sure. Oh, yeah, cool. That means I have to listen to Bill longer. Jesus.
It's a really long ride.
Yeah, especially the Sebring.
We're going to talk about how many different ways we can make an MR2, sort of like that.
Oh God, no.
You know, we can do them, boiled and.
I know more about MR2s than I do about BMWs.
You guys ever thought about making an MR2 with a BMW engine?
We want it to work.
Oh,
We had no
ouch.
problem with the engines ever. Well, Troy has a problem with the engines, and I can tell you exactly why, but I'm not because it'll give away too much. But
Yeah, I can't say.
I'm kidding. That's not true.
Bill has this whole wheel issue.
I have the wheel. No, I have the transmission issues.
He says he's got the wheel issue solved.
That's all. It's the
It's called
transmission
replacing
issues.
parts.
And the reason that we lost the hub at the last race was because it was a rear hub, something we haven't lost in years. Was the problem was with the installation, the mechanic that put it on, which was me. I made some mistakes.
It's you, right?
What happened?
Tire smoke.
From who?
The Acura right there, the white one, the 484. The Integra.
The 44 Honda Acura Integra came into turn 6 with the tires lit up. Normally you go out of turn 6 with the tires lit up, but he decided he'd like to do it backwards.
A couple times I've seen him spilling the VTEC juice out the back. When
Yeah,
they,
VTEC
when
juice
they top it off.
kind of sucks doing that.
No.
You sure, Doc?
No, I think Mark should go back out in the car.
We're trying to get Doc a stint in his own car.
We lost it.
They're working on it. Sounds like they may have. It took, 45 minutes to get it done?
Pretty spectacular looking group of guys down there. 4 or 5 of them just laying all around that car. Wrenches and stuff flying.
They're awesome. I mean, at Daytona, we had the full clutch changed in under 45 minutes. Here, we're outdoors. It might have taken them 5 minutes longer.
Doc's still up here eating peanuts.
Cashews.
Put some
PBR in the gas tank for it.
You're not
Oh,
supposed
cool.
to eat peanuts.
That makes that car go faster. We're PBR fueled. I know most of the crew is. Not kidding. I'm just kidding. Most of the crew's yingling. I couldn't find PBR.
One of these days we're going to help y'all out.
I'm amazed that you said that transmission I gave you was fine.
I asked your crew if I could buy the one they were taking out. I'll fix another one.
And that's in your daily driver, right?
Yeah, I bought a transmission from Doc down here, or he gave it to me, I think.
Yeah.
Last year, I took it all apart and didn't find anything wrong. Put it back together, put it into a street car, and it's been rocking and rolling ever since.
Sweet. I want. Do you know who we borrowed the transmission from?
I don't know. No. By the time I got out of the car, y'all had both transmissions laying on the ground.
Gotcha.
Swapping over parts.
Cool. Yeah, we've got one of the UUC SSIDs in our car. So it's a version of the short shifter. It's so I love it. Man, it feels so great. There's very little throw, and it's a tall stick. It mounts in a socket on the top of the transmission tunnel.
Is that the one that bolts to the trans tunnel?
Yep.
Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, that's one of our sponsors, Underground Upgrade Club.
Oh yeah, I bought some parts from them.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about running that solid mount shifter though without having solid engine and transmission bushings.
Right.
So I've stayed away from that.
It seems to be pretty good for us.
We run in one in my car, but then I also upgraded the mounts. So I take 20 points for those.
Gotcha.
Huh, that's not working. Trying to pull some more stuff over, guys. Sorry. We're trying to get there.
Trying to get where? I can
More
pull
pictures.
up Waze. Oh, you meant, I thought, yeah.
This transmission's been giving me headaches for like a whole year now.
Yeah?
I think we're at the point where finding good ones is almost impossible.
Yeah, you saw that Walter
Yeah.
Motorworks or,
That guy,
Motorsports.
I talked to him for quite a long time, and he really impressed me with his knowledge of,
right?
of stuff.
Yeah, he's down here in Gainesville,
about,
Georgia.
About 45 minutes from here.
Yeah, it's about halfway in between AMP and Road Atlanta, as it were.
But that's a good option because I found a bunch of junkyard trans that I've pulled out have had rust inside on the gears and the.
Do you know
bearings
these
and
guys?
stuff.
That's Tyler Pedersen. That's Allison. That's Matt.
All right, Tiffany. Doc, some people just walked in to talk to Doc, so take over, please.
No, I'm back. Jeez. I was just trying to be hospitable and nice for a change. It clearly didn't work out.
Yeah, we don't have any. I didn't bring the whole setup.
Who's got earbuds?
No, that doesn't. No, I didn't bring the whole setup. We have two, and that's it.
We're just getting reports from the driver. There's some oil down in turn 8. Is that somebody else?
Yeah, we'll let him know. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
So we're getting reports that there's oil down in turn 8 by one of the drivers. So we'll pass that on to Michael Chiswick. And race control.
You mean there's somebody running this show?
Somewhere.
I'm just kidding. Mike does a great job. In fact, all of the guys do. Mike Morrison, Dana Morrison.
Well, I don't know about Dana, but
No, Dana's good at running a show.
he's okay.
Yeah.
He's
He's
not here, so I can talk all kinds of smack
yeah,
about
but he
him.
may be listening, Bill. You don't want to piss off one of our race directors. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're making calls to corner workers, making calls out to the pace car, pit in, pit out, passing along black flag information. Teams come up and say, is our transponder working? So they work out those issues. In fact, several people have stopped here, and it's like, I'm a broadcaster. I know nothing. So I sent them up another floor, which is kind of funny because we're on the 3rd floor and there's only 3 floors. No, I'm kidding. We're on the 2nd floor. Race control is above us, where we were last year, Tiffany. Oh, the Mean Green Civic is back out on track.
Yeah, they were going to put a new engine in that.
How many engines does Pete have?
Probably a lot. It's a Honda. They should have like 30 or 40 of them on the
Oh,
shelf.
you get them. Yeah, you get them at street corners and stuff if you
Right.
ask nice, right?
Right.
The guy that cleans your windshield. Yeah. Yeah. Not like those. Michael mentioned that Mike. I don't know why I said Michael. Mike Chiswick said at the drivers' meeting, he's like, "Look, if you come on pit row and you have to make repairs to your car, it has to be done under 30 minutes." He said, "So you can't do an engine change." And I was thinking to myself, "Yeah, unless you're a Beetle super, a super Beetle, then you can do 2 engine changes."
Yeah.
Yeah, like 17 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
That's the kind of experience you really don't want, but it's the old school of hard knocks, as it were. You're just saying that. Oh, whoa. Is that a default bet now then? Yeah, sure, why not, right? All right, I'll buy you a beer. If you win. There's still a lot of racing left.
I don't know. There's it said turn 8. I do see a flag on the front straightaway here. So I still show us green everywhere else, but the front straight shows yellow. I don't have my radio actually quit working, so I have no outside info. I'm really sorry about this, folks. We had an emergency
Plenty
a
of
little earlier.
outside influences, but no local, yeah.
We had a little emergency a little earlier with our feed, so we had to take it local. Paulie's busy doing his thing on his end, trying to get stuff set up so we can go back to having a real show instead of a Bill and Doc show. Because you know how funny that is. I guess, but you're part of the real show. Yeah, we're doing it from, we're actually broadcasting from the Track It Amp. What's that out there? No, I'm looking at the camera and it looks like there's smoke out there, but it's actually a face print on the window, it looks like. Might have been.
I will deny that. I have waved at several people. Oh, wait, I was knocking on that window trying to get the guy's attention that was standing in front of our camera. But he was watching some race. Hey, guess who's in 14th place?
Don't know.
That hot Rod Lincoln.
Ah.
Boy, you're going to drive me to drinking if you don't stop driving that hot Rod Lincoln. That should be a song. That's a great idea.
Young little lady just came up to the window, shoved her face right on it, and just started waving at us. A little like 6-year-old.
We should probably put her on the broadcast. She'd probably speak more intelligently.
What?
My buddies in the 160, that's Running Bulls Racing, just cracked the top 15. Our other pit mates, these are the cars on either side of us, they're running in 7th. Yeah, I'm going to go start rubbing their easy ups or something for luck.
Rich's car is still out there. Rich Sonato,
Yeah, he's
the
running
46.
7th.
What's up with that? Rich Sonato with the John Allen Special?
Yeah, one of our board of director members and one of the leaders of the TAC committee. He's the board of directors representative on our technical advisory committee. He's had a busy month and a half or so. It didn't rewrite the rules, but went through, cleaned up some language that was maybe ambiguous. They also looked at the VPI lists, made some changes to the VPI list that turbo cars were now going to be separated from their normally aspirated brethren.
Yeah. And we're sorry about the choppiness of our feed, folks. We are in a location that has very little internet. At times, it seems very, very good, but other times, not.
That's kind of like
So
the
we're-
broadcast,
we're-
though. If we
yes.
could sync those up, think how awesome this would be.
I really don't like the down parts of it.
Yeah. The lows are pretty low, aren't
Yeah,
they?
our in-car cameras have suffered through the inability of Verizon to get a good signal to us here. And yes, we're blaming Verizon.
Well,
They just-
there's a lot of deep hollows, as it were.
doesn't
here.
matter. Verizon should have a tower every quarter of this track.
Ah. I wonder how much that costs to have one put up.
Of course, because that's
We
how the
normally
internet
put up
works.
those towers with nuts and bolts. We don't find the tape works very well.
Heck, I take that. Now we're down to
Ba-dum-bum.
red.
Trying to keep it real here, folks.
Yeah, we're back to green, so we're good now.
Ah. So people are listening to us again,
Well,
and
we're
they're
doing something.
seeing our track camera.
So it's pretty low res, but we're working it. Now you may see some little tiny specks of cars going within the screen. Within the center of this track is also a kart racing track,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool.
Yeah, they look like fun. I never have been out on them. I got a pass for the I know the owner of Lanier Karting Track or Lanier Raceplex is
Right.
right across from Road Atlanta. So we may have to have a little battle there come February.
Huh.
You
It's
know?
cold, though.
It could be a precursor.
Now, if I'm going to be in a car in February, it's going to have AC and heat, heat.
No, this is going to be a go-kart, Bill.
This
it
guy
could
just
be a-
walking by the window has a Virginia Tech hat on.
This could be a
we're gonna ignore
precursor
him.
to the return of the ChampCar.live Commentators Cup,
Nah.
which will happen.
Now, Paulie cheats.
Yeah, he does. He does. He picks ringer cars, no doubt. You know, that was bogus. It's like, seriously? I'm racing my own car. Wait a minute. You were in another car, too. I'm the only one that raced my own car.
It was the car's first outing, too, so that's, I was
but
in
it's
danger racing.
It's a
the
DVR
Celica.
Celica. It's like a replica of the SC300, or close enough.
Paulie heard us. Paulie's listening.
No, he's not. He knows better than that. Yeah, no, he's sitting up there resting on his laurels with like perpetual bragging rights because he won't man up and show up at the track.
Well, he likes his job.
Oh yeah, he does. and he's dang good at it. That's
Yeah.
why I don't like my job. I'm not good at it.
Well, Visceral Racing is only a lap behind Danger Racing right now in second place.
And he's only a couple of lengths back under this
Hung
full
North
course
2
yellow.
laps. So we have basically the top.
What we have
totals
is
in the
kind
pit
of
lane.
every car I mentioned in my pre-race predictions.
The top 8 are only 5 laps apart, which is not very much at the small track. Five. No, I'm just making that up. I don't. They.
We'll know here in a
because they're full
second. They're
course yellow,
probably
they should be
they're
close.
probably approaching that back carousel, that whole turn 13, 14, 15 complex. So yeah,
Well-
we'll get an idea, Tiffany.
They've got They are exactly 1 lap apart,
I
actually.
think that was Ron at Discovery Parts.
Yep.
Maybe we'll get him. I mean, we're under a full course yellow. Come on in here, Ron. Y'all talk to Ron.
We got Ron here from Discovery Parts, one of our class sponsors, the A-class sponsor.
Good afternoon, everybody.
So, Ron, how's it going out there today with your business? Guys buying, all these guys are wrecking their cars or losing the magic smoke. Are they coming
BMW
in?
transmissions by any chance?
Lots of BMW and Miata parts, it appears, and a lot of consumables. But we actually saw a great jump in sales about the previous 10 days before this event. We kind of
Cool.
saw many years ago, we were kind of seeing some entry line kind of fluids and kind of the basics, and we've seen a lot of changes of the level of what's being ordered to go into the Champ Car discount code category of being the next generation of things that we saw, only in other racing you saw on TV on Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
So,
Well, I know I bought some 660 from you, some brake fluid, and then
That's the low end.
just
That's the low
recently-
end stuff, by the way. The CRF is it CR the
SRF, the
SRF
React.
is like $60 a can or $70 a
What?
can. Yeah, it's
This is a
expensive stuff.
budget racing series, mister.
But that can actually save you money in the long run because you
Yeah.
can keep it in there longer.
Well, we're happy with the 660.
Yeah,
so.
that's what I use.
Well, Bill's just a little bit faster and brakes a little deeper, so we need
Yeah.
to go and use that stuff. So, but yeah, Discovery Parts is very well known for making you go slower faster.
Right.
We're very lucky on that aspect.
Wait a minute, is that like adding lightness?
Adding
Yeah,
lightness.
make you go slower, faster.
Yeah, we
That's
can't
right.
do that.
Slower, faster. Okay,
Yeah,
I
and
can wrap
seeing
my
how
head
many
around
Krispy Kreme boxes were out there today, I'm not sure if we were really working in the right direction
No.
of adding lightness to some of our teams, but they were certainly having a good time.
Now, do you get to come out here and race on this track sometimes, or do track
Yes,
days
I
and
do.
stuff?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I
and
do.
I believe, still hold the track record here for most laps on a bicycle.
I
So-
could not pedal around this thing if you put a gun to my head.
What kind of car or minivan do you have, Ron?
Oh man, I wish I had a minivan. Actually,
Could have
we
Bill's
have,
S-Wagon.
out of all the diversity of vehicles, we have a thing called a member challenge. So what we do is, it's like bracket racing. So if we go and we get a car that runs 20-second quarter mile, and I'm in 20 seconds and you're at 10 seconds, I get a 10-second head start on you and you try to run me down.
Cool.
Well, we actually do that on the big track using our cars.
Nice.
So the fastest cars are usually in the radical category, the downforces, you know, someone in, you know, like
Those high dollar guys.
yeah, something in the teens, like a 14 or a 15. And so I'm going to get a pretty good head start because it's not just one lap, it's 5 laps. And it's a standing start.
Nice.
So the car that I kind of prefer lately for this one is my 2008 Scion XB.
Gotcha.
The little square bread box looking kind of car. And it took 3rd overall a couple races ago. So yeah, I'm probably going to bring out the Nissan Leaf for the next one, which dominates the autocrosses here.
Will you have to plug it in periodically down the track?
Actually, it
Or
does get
do you
plugged in.
have long
and
extension cords?
yeah, Jeremy doesn't like when I plug it in, so I have to wait till he's not here to go and charge my car over there. But, you know, AMP's a very giving company, whether they know it or not. But, yeah, it's a pretty good place to be.
Well, Ron, I want to personally thank you for hosting the practice day here on Friday, you and Racing Analytics, and for that awesome lunch.
Yep,
Those
it's,
are great tacos. How were we out there? Did we keep your record okay?
You have kept my record
Sweet.
of 3 years in a row, no metal-to-metal contact of car or Armco. Now, do we have people pushing the limit and decide they want to spin in the middle of a corner or a straightaway? Yes, we have those overachievers, but we kind of
Running,
reeled
it
them
was
in
damp
pretty
conditions yesterday. It wasn't bad though.
quick.
Track hit a lot
not
of grip.
at all. Not at all. And it gave a lot of the champ teams some great opportunity
to
go and get some wet weather practice because we were a little damp this morning.
Yeah.
And you saw instantly the first 8 cars this morning after 20 minutes were here yesterday, and they just had a definitive edge of knowing where that limit was before the limit.
You know, I've got one of the Apex Pros in the car, and I was looking at it. I got no instruction on it, so I couldn't really figure out what it was telling me. But I can certainly see the usefulness in it.
One of the cool things is that when we are at
And it is the Apex Pro, right?
It is Apex Pro,
I think it was VIR. Apex Pro will be coming out to one of our next races.
Barber.
Yes, Barber. So Apex Pro will be out at the Barber race. They'll have some units in hand to sell, and they'll help you set them up and help you learn how to use them and get the most out of it. And so you can get fast and, uber quick like Bill Strong. He's one of our faster drivers out there.
Bill Strong. Don't believe
he's
I know
not
that
known
guy.
that well.
I have an
but-
autograph from him.
Do you really?
Yes, yeah, it's on a check. He said, "Give me a little while and it will be good."
Yeah, and
but
that's-
I do have that autograph.
That's
Probably
the one
still holding that,
That's the
huh?
one on the wall.
You know what those checks are great for? A little handball practice.
handball practice.
It's sitting up on the wall. Do not,
Do not
Cannot take.
or cannot cash.
We were at Sebring many years ago, and we had a private test day, and we rolled in while the testing was going on and got to do our setup. And we had a guy that was a photographer, and he needed a racing suit to go over the wall. So he said, here's my card, here's my business card. I'll come back. I just need to get these shots in the next 20 minutes before they close.
Right.
He came back and said, I work for Ray Hall Letterman.
Oh,
And
nice.
if you want, I can pay you now, or I'll just have corporate send you a check.
Still
In
waiting
my
on that check?
possession, no, actually, I received a check signed by Robert Rahal,
Sweet.
and I still hold that check, and I never cashed it because it has value to me.
Oh, absolutely.
Fast forward 6 months, I get a phone call, Rahal Letterman Racing, RLR. It's like, oh man, so hey, this is Discovery Parts, this is Ron, how can I help you? We have a check that has not been cashed. And want to see if you ever got it. I said, I guess this is where I should lie and say no, so I have another one, and then I can cash one and hold on to one. But just to be honest with you, I really have some value to it, and I would like to just keep it and just void that one out if that's okay with you. And they said, you can do whatever you want. If you
Knock
need a
yourself
check,
out,
just
bud.
call me back. So in addition to my Bill Strong check, it's right next to the Ray Hall Letterman check signed by Robbie Rahal, which I think are like the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That Bill guy, he's easily as famous as Bobby Rahal.
I don't see why he couldn't be.
Yeah, well, have you ever met the guy? That's why he can't be.
Who's Bobby Rahal?
Oh, come on, stop it.
I think it's
I was very
Hey, Bobby.
fortunate to be
How are you?
at the Indy 500 when he won, right
Yes.
before Jim Truman passed away. So that was pretty special. And of course, we used to always see Letterman at the Long Beach Grand Prix because all those Hollywood celebrities love to be taking their pictures of fast cars and stuff. He had a big old cigar, that was like longer than any torque wrench I own. So, but yeah, that's a cool thing. Newman was also involved with them for a while, PLA.
Yeah. One of our
We have full
favorites.
course
Yeah,
caution?
we're still full course. There's a lot of speedy dry down in turn 6 on the inside of the track, not where what you'd call the racing line.
Well-
So somebody was at least kind enough to pull off line before they oiled down the track.
Your definition of racing line is quite diverse as we go in on the upper floors of the AMP building and from a bird's eye view watch what might be considered a normal racing line.
If it has asphalt, it's normal for me.
And there's a defensive line, there's a reactive line, and we have solo cars using all of those at the same time. So it's
just like
quite
my
the show.
golf game, I'm going to get my money's worth.
Yes, yeah. I'm going to drive over more physical feet per lap than anyone else in this facility.
Which I
And-
understand is not good, evidently.
No, it's not helping the lap times, but it does make for some great videos.
Yes, that's true.
And that's kind of what most of, that's probably a big,
We should be sponsored by Tide for all those brown suit moments. I had one, I remember I didn't make the morning drivers meeting because I was with some slacker. But I came in.
why are you pointing at him when you say that?
Oh, no. I was
okay.
further
In that
away.
direction.
Yeah,
I
in
get
that
it.
direction,
Okay.
yeah.
I am his boss during these.
So I remember what you said, we don't want any four off, so I came up into turn 12 and the rear end started to come around. It's like, all right, I've scared myself. I don't want to piss Ron off, so I better come in. And I had gotten used to the course again, so I was fine coming in. Hey, my car's back out on track, Bill.
Yay.
Look at that, right there.
Man, and look
Just
who
as we go
We
green.
are green flag.
Who is that right in front of us? That looks like Andrew Rains of Apex Pro, who hopped in a car at 16th place and brought that thing back. I think he turned it over in 7.
Sweet.
Yeah, he can't hear you because of all the cars.
Oh, man. You know what? Let me go get you a local celebrity. So keep the
right.
mics going. Let me get you something very important.
Yeah. Who's Andrew?
You're so mean. I'm going to take a real quick break.
Yeah.
He can try putting those in. I don't know if those will work for him. This is the one that works. So
You're pretty low on our end, but I've got you cranked up. Where are you coming across at? You're coming across here to that. You're coming across. They should hear you. It may be low. I don't know. Yeah, you're pretty low on our board here. Hello, test, test. Talk to me. Hello. Hola.
Bill Strong sitting to your right. Polly will be.
Yeah, I may need a patch cord. I kind of remember this from the other board, but you'll have to give me a few minutes. Andrew Rains, is that his name?
Hey, Bill, Ron Zappendorf back here, and one of our drivers just jumping out of the car is Andrew Rains. So, he is one of the principals of Apex Pro, and
Hey,
he's
Andrew,
just going
have
to
a
go
seat,
and
man.
give us a little rundown of how this product can go and lower your lap times.
So, Andrew, explain what Apex Pro is.
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for having me. I got out of the car this morning after an awesome session, and the damp was actually the perfect session to really explore what Apex Pro does for you as a driver. Apex Pro is fundamentally, it actually builds a grip model of the car's capability, the tire's capability with inertial sensors and GPS, and then it gives you a real-time display in the car with red and green LEDs.
So basically, when you're driving, you just look at the lights and you can tell if it's in the green, you're doing good. If you're in the red, you're kind of you're not taking the car to the ultimate yet?
Yeah, absolutely. It's in the car. It's as simple as that. It's a peripheral gauge used to tell you, should I be braking deeper, softer, giving you input on what you should do with the pedals, as opposed to a time-based metric. So a lot of fun to use, especially in damp to drying conditions. or something like that.
So you can actually, it knows that you're in the wet just by doing multiple laps, so it takes your maximum adhesion at that moment. But later on, when it dries, it adjusts automatically.
Yes, yeah, it does. So it's constantly learning every second. It's taking thousands of measurements to learn what the new potential is. So actually damp to drying is the perfect example, because as the track dries and grip improves, it learns pretty instantaneously that there's more grip. And it will kind of encourage you with some red lights as you're braking or going through the corner that, hey, there might be more there. So it's all about simplifying, the places that you need to focus on the track to learn. If you can identify one or two places where you're really underperforming, that's a lot more productive than just trying to go out there and have a faster lap.
Right. So now we're seeing pros use these in their track cars and test cars and such, and even in their race cars. How can, other than the fact that it can make you a better driver, is there any other pluses to the system?
Yeah, it's really simple. We've gone for the whole idea of creating the data that's the right amount of data for your processor. So our belief is that a lot of times data can be overwhelming, and so we want to create a tool that allows you to make mental adjustments and mental notes as a driver. So it all pairs with your with your iPhone. We're primarily, a little louder.
Yeah.
We're primarily an Apple-based product on our app. So it pairs with your iPhone, and then you can actually share data. If we wanted to compare our data, you can share using Apple's AirDrop feature or email, and your data sessions will populate into your phone, so you can compare data with each other while you're just after you get out of the car during a stint in a race or between sessions at a track day. There's no more plugging the computer in, waiting to download data, going through an Excel spreadsheet looking software. It's a lot more intuitive and basic, but the data itself is still really powerful and really useful.
So basically, I could take this and show how much I'm overdriving the car.
So yeah, you can do a lot of things with it. Yeah,
Cool.
It's a lot of fun. We're operating off the principle that if data is more fun and more accessible, then more people will use it. You don't have to be a data nerd or someone that really enjoys data anymore to get value out of data analysis.
So what are the largest percentage of cars that are using this right now? Makes? Do you have that data?
That's a good question. I would say probably Porsches and Miatas. There's a lot of Porsches on the track, and behind that would be BMWs. And we work with a lot of different Champ Car teams, but it's a wide variety, a little bit of everything, a lot of autocrossers, and more racers. Yeah.
So does this take into effect, like I may drive the car differently than how Troy drives the Toyota MR2, and would it take into effect that, and kind of build us to get similar type of driving styles or turning styles to basically get the same time?
To some extent, it's going to expose where you're different. So if Troy's in the car before you driving and you hop in after him, you're going to be able to see, say that you're braking a lot earlier into turn one and he wasn't. He was braking later, and he's actually faster because of that. You're going to see a lot more red lights going into turn one when you're on the brake pedal. You're going to notice those red lights are correlated with your brake input there. But it'll start to learn.
So we can see who's more manlier than the other.
To some extent, yes. Yes, absolutely. But the grip-based aspect is really intriguing and a lot of fun. It's kind of a butt dyno to some extent for the tire. It helps you correlate what you're feeling with the tire. So if you're a heavily visual person, the in-car data is really nice. And then out of the car, the app has a lot of data that's similar to other systems in some ways, but the user interface, the way you experience it, in my very biased opinion, is just really easy and simple to get information out of. And data is all about making decisions, right?
Right. Does it give you predictive lap time type stuff, or
so we have a running timer on the app. We don't do sectors or predictive timing. There's stuff in the works though. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
But yeah, that's and we're again primarily an Apple-based product. We do have an Android app that is lacking some of the functionality, but the software and the device operates the same in real time, no matter what device you're using to control it. The phone's kind of like the remote control.
So is it a product that is it a standalone product, or is it built into the lights, or is it something you plug into the car and then into OBD2 or something and then run on a phone as your display? Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's a completely standalone product, so it's battery powered. It mounts directly to your dash. You get about 8 hours of battery charge on a full life. So we're actually running the device on just a charged device for the full race today.
We've got one in our car.
there you go.
So how does it run? Can you run it for longer races? Because we do 10s, 12s, 24s.
Yeah, you can plug it in with just a USB,
Okay,
micro
so 5
USB to
volt
USB.
and done.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep, and then you have a phone. Most of us have phones in the car anyway for live stream. We just have another phone securely mounted in the car that's paired to it. And then tonight we'll do a big, I'll pull everybody's data. I know what time each driver is
Right.
getting in the car, and I'll just pull out and I'll probably spend 20 minutes going through some important things in the data.
So
And-
you're saying I can't lie to my team anymore? Dang it.
You shouldn't be doing that anyway. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we all do it a little. I didn't hit that guy.
Yeah. No, that was somebody else.
So you can see, so it works on G-Force too?
So G-force is part of the calculation.
Okay, so
for the
you
grip
can
model.
see if I actually touch somebody's bumper on accident and the
Yeah.
movement of the car and such.
Yeah, I hate
Well,
to
I
say
don't like this product
yeah.
already.
It does expose some things. It's like getting caught in a dark room with your pants down.
Yeah.
Bill's been guilty of exposing things before. I think
Well, it happens.
you're off of probation
Yes,
now, I
yeah.
believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're out of state again.
We don't talk about that anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
we don't.
Yeah, try not
I'm
to.
sorry.
Uh-oh.
Your wife's not listening, is she?
Oh, it doesn't matter. She's the one that reported me.
Oh,
Said,
man.
leave me alone.
Didn't know what I was
what
getting
I'm doing.
I've heard that line somewhere
I've
else.
heard that. Oh, good for him.
And we're looking at a young lady standing in front of our camera there
Yeah,
as
let
the
me go
race
see
is
if I
going
can
on.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate the time, though.
No
This
problem, man.
is
Thanks for
awesome.
stopping by and talking to us. And
yeah.
I know we're going to visit you a little more in depth at Barber and take pictures of your product and get a better deal or better idea how it works. And, so
Absolutely.
we can show our future customers, hopefully. And
Yeah.
how do they find you if they want to give? A lot of people already heard about the product through various Facebook pages and forums and also the website. So how do they find you if
Yeah.
they?
For information on the product, our website's apextrackcoach.com. Search Apex Pro on Facebook. And if you're a Champ Car driver, I'd recommend reaching out to Discovery Parts. They have units in stock and great service for the product. And then we also have a users group on Facebook. That's a really nice way to get in and ask other users questions. A lot of times they respond, people will respond immediately, whether, it's going to be next business day or whatever. We might not be at our computer to respond to your questions. So that's a great way to interact with the product. And I'm looking forward to getting back in the race. I ran 2 hours this morning and it looks like I'm going back in here at 2:30. So.
Cool. Got a real quick question for you.
Sure.
So most items that you put in your race car that have lights on it, when the lights go down at night, they become very bright. Does yours?
They're naturally brighter at night, but we do have a brightness control
Oh, okay, good.
on the
All right.
app, so you can dim it down. I ran the VIR 24 with one
Oh, okay. Cool.
at night. Yeah.
Yeah, we put a.
We dimmed Bill down years
Yeah,
ago.
they tried to do that. I put a rear view camera in my car, and it was awesome during the day. And then once we went at night, the dim part didn't work.
Yeah.
So everybody decided to turn it off. But then you don't have a
It
rear view
happens.
camera, so yeah, that
happens.
sucked big time. So.
Well, this is great, and definitely, I would definitely recommend reaching out to Discovery
kind of car are you
Parts about
driving
it as
today?
well.
Miata?
I'm in the MX3 Hung North. We're in
Hung
third
North.
right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
the cheater car, because those guys always
Running
win.
in third
Absolutely,
place.
it's so cheaty. Yeah.
How can an MX3
It feels
win?
real cheaty.
Yes, that's what I heard.
No,
Front-wheel
it's a
drive.
great car. Yeah. Super cheaty. No, it's an awesome car.
He's up
They've
in the
built,
top of
they've
the
built a good
carousel
deal.
making an outside pass.
There
Yeah.
it is.
Oh, they have a wing on that car now, don't they?
Or is that him?
That is
No,
Miata.
No, that's
a
not
Miata.
it.
It's that car,
That's
but
like
backwards.
that's like an
Well, I
MX3.
saw
only
the
that it's-
blue.
Well, that's like an MX3, except it's a Mazda.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, they're kind of like the same
Yeah.
thing.
Our car is a Ford Escort, right? MX3 Ford Escort. Yeah.
That's an MX5 you're thinking of. Yeah.
Very close. Yeah, we're running in third overall, so.
I was using your
All right,
theory.
man.
I was
Thanks
just
for
going on
visiting us.
color.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Looking forward to doing it more.
Tiffany says hi.
Hey, Tiffany.
Is there something in the past there? Or?
No, not really.
Oh, okay,
Well,
I'm trying to create
we're close
controversy,
friends.
create excitement on
Yeah.
the show. That didn't work well.
Yeah, well, tell her to tell Casey and the rest of your Asian guys. They said, hey, they work on my Porsche 944.
Oh,
they do all the service
so
on
this
my
guy's
car.
a Porsche guy here.
Yeah, I'm afflicted with a
They
disease.
used to campaign a 944 before they went to the SC300.
They did. They do great
One
work.
cheaty car to another one.
If you're in Birmingham, Alabama, give them a shout.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is that where you guys are out of?
We are. We're at Apex Pro. We're actually 3 blocks down the street from Eurasian Auto Service.
Oh, cool. Okay.
We're
We
right
got
in the
there.
heart of Birmingham.
Yep. We partied there one night.
Yeah.
Did not.
You don't talk about it though. Eh? Everything that happened there stays
What happens
there.
at Eurasian stays at Eurasian.
Well,
right.
it's all on the police report anyway, so that's public record.
I think we got a spin over here, Bill.
Yeah. I dodged him. That's my car right there.
Good work. You weren't even in the car, and you dodged it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much,
Hey,
Bill. I
thank you.
appreciate the time.
Thanks, man.
We need to get back to the team.
Cool. Go have fun.
Yes, sir.
We got another guest joining us, Bill.
There's a
This
line
is-
here, actually. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Now,
This
Bill,
is
how you
Bill.
doing?
Yeah.
Hey,
How
how's it
you
going?
doing, boss?
Very good. How are you?
All right.
Always love watching, listening to the broadcast when I can't make it to race.
Is it that good? It's
It's
all
a-
because of Paulie, isn't it?
It's good. You know, the in-car stuff is always the best, being able to switch from one to another.
Yeah. We
So,
can't do that right now.
Little problem.
Yeah, we're a little switching challenged at the moment.
Yeah, we have some issues with our technology here at the track because of the technology surrounding the track. But yeah,
Well,
so
we were hoping to be streaming today and couldn't get it figured
No.
out. We tried a little bit of Facebook Live and
it goes up and down.
Yeah.
Paulie was yelling, screaming at me. I'd run over there, and the camera's working. Nothing I can do here. And yeah, it wasn't pretty. So how you guys doing out there?
well, Trans Am, and it looks like we're bumped up a spot because of pit timing.
Second place.
So not too bad. Let's see if we can keep it together. The
Yep,
Hong
Visceral.
North Racing, Just Track It,
Yeah.
and guest driver Andrew Rains, who you just talked to.
Yep. And Visceral Racing is now in pit lane right now,
Yep.
getting fuel and a driver change. So what's it like driving that little MX-3? Because that's an older style car that I believe the MX-3 was designed for youth at one point. It was designed with the help of information from the insurance companies to design a safe car designed for youth to drive, and the guarantee out there was, at least in Europe, was that the youth could buy the car and get insured really inexpensively.
Okay.
It didn't work out like that, and the car, I don't.
Because racers bought them all.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but the car was fairly popular here in the States.
Yeah.
And how is that car to drive as compared to other front-wheel drive cars?
I don't have a whole lot of experience with front-wheel drive cars. I'm personally a Miata driver. My track car is a '97 Miata. So this is like a front-wheel drive Miata, or that's how I like to describe it. It's a little bit more pushy than the Miata is. Conditions like today, it's fantastic. Slippery conditions, we seem to do really, really well. It's really a blast to drive. The steering is quite heavy, so
Yeah.
you really get a workout in a 2-hour stint. But
Do they have power steering?
no.
Oh, okay.
No power steering and no ABS, no
Yeah.
nothing.
So it's old school.
It's old school.
Yeah.
You just got to go out there and guide it around. Kevin did a great job building the car and keeps on developing it. So we last raced at Daytona.
Yep.
So that was pretty awesome.
So they're doing fairly competitive laps at a 138 versus, our fastest time of the day is a 131, but the majority of the folks are doing 136s to 140s, with the majority of teams in the 140s. So that's a pretty quick car.
It's not bad at all. I think if we get Andrew back in it for that last stint, he went out there in the wet for the very first stint.
Oh, wow.
I think we'll see 137 in there, hopefully.
Cool.
But it's a great car to drive. Very easy to drive, neutral, and
Is it a 1.6 liter?
no, it's 1.8.
1.8.
Yeah.
It's 1.8 liter with a 30-gallon fuel tank?
50, I
50,
thought.
yeah, okay.
We took
That's that big drum that's on the back.
Yeah.
I
we
believe.
took the fuel tank out of my truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we
Now,
we
what
struggled.
Happened, what happened to the Hong North Grumpy Butt? Where's Peter been at?
Oh yeah, well Peter is working on his car right now.
Okay.
We were hoping to have him drive with us this weekend, but
Yeah.
that didn't work out.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
but-
Well, when you speak to him, tell him I said hi.
We'll do. I'm also here representing Just Track It. So
Right,
we're
that's-
Tell us about
sponsoring-
Just Track It.
Yeah,
I
that's
see the
what I was
signs
fixing to
everywhere there.
get to.
What is Just Track It?
We're basically an HPDE organization. So if you want to do a track day that's not competitive,
Right.
We provide that. We do events basically from January through December, almost every single month in between. and we're Southeast based, so Road Atlanta, Atlanta Motorsports Park, Barber, Roebling Road, which will be in 2 weeks, Barber Motorsports Park, which is another great venue. That,
unfortunately, that one's a week after our
It
race
is.
there.
It
so
is.
It's not going to help you at all,
won't.
Bill.
It won't,
Let's
I'm
get together
sorry.
on our schedules, okay?
Well,
So one of the things about, Champ Car, I work in marketing for Champ Car, so we're really pushing for Champ Car to be the place where beginner racers go and race. We don't, we know we have a lot of folks here, the pros that race with us and such, but we cater to the guys that just started. But all you need is a driver's license. You don't need to have any previous experience on a race course. But I know a lot of teams, before they bring in a guest driver, they want you to have a little bit of experience on tracks. And that's where companies like yours come in.
exactly. And in fact, before we even formed Just Track It, we used to just informally rent out a racetrack. And we had some friends that were in the various endurance series, and they'd come and they'd bring their drivers and bring their cars out there and test them and get people some seat time so that they could get familiar with the car before going and competing to try to win. So I think it's a great opportunity where you can shake down your car and give your drivers an opportunity to learn a lot of the basic skills that make a difference when you're going wheel to wheel and you're trying to win.
So
Well, I know you've got several sponsors. I believe Matt Harper from Flying Wrench
Yep.
came on as a sponsor.
We've got
I think Arjun's still there with
yes.
UC Motorworks.
correct. They're our primary sponsors.
Okay.
And then, of course, Ron Zappendorf with Discovery Parts.
Right.
Has
Always see him at your events.
Yep. Ever since day one, he's been a partner of ours. So
You get a lot of cars out there too.
We do.
And the thing I noticed about Just Track events, you get out to some of them that are run by other organizations, and it's a start, stop, and it never seems to run on time. Y'all run like clockwork.
yeah, so we do 4 run groups: novice, and we provide instructors. So if you have a,
Can I get 2 of those guys? Because I'm really rusty.
you can, as long as you have a passenger seat in your car.
Yeah.
So
Well,
some of the Champ Car cars may need to install a passenger seat to take advantage of that. But I mean, free instruction for your novice drivers, get them up to speed. I mean, that alone can help probably shave 10 seconds off of your lap time here.
Well, and the
some
price
tips.
is very reasonable.
Yep.
So you got the novice class.
We got novice, intermediate 1, intermediate 2, and advanced. And intermediate 2 and advanced, you can pass anywhere on the track, but all the passing is controlled by point buys. So unlike racing where you pass when you can, for HPDE, since we're not competing, the passing is, for safety reasons, controlled
Sure.
by a point buy.
Now, when I run a club, a lot of younger guys in there that like to take their cars out and see how fast they can go. And of course, a lot of times it wasn't in places that you really want to go really fast, sort of like the street, somebody's freeway or whatever. But the best place to take your car, sports car, street car, your hot rod, your import car, is a track.
Absolutely.
And
Stay off the mountain roads.
now all you need is a helmet, but you don't. You guys have that stuff to.
We have helmets available for rent. All you need is a car that passes tech. It's got to be a reasonable car, SUVs and mom's minivan.
No tanks.
No tanks. But it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be,
No, it could be anything.
fancy.
And I think, and it's funny, we got a lot of I run Toyota MR2 clubs, and the guys seem to think they need to put the super sticky tires on it, they need to put huge horsepower in the car just so they can go on and track it. But I keep telling them over and over again, no, it's actually a lot harder. It's a lot easier to drive a slow car fast.
Yep.
You learn a lot more,
Yep.
and you put the car on the limit. Whereas if you have a super fast car with super big brakes, and it's a lot more difficult to take that car to the limit. Most people don't have the skill to do that, and they end up getting themselves in trouble.
Yeah, and part of the reason for that is really your cornering speed, no matter what you're in, is pretty close.
Right.
And so if you have a very high horsepower car, you have to slow down a lot more than if you're driving, for example, an MR2 or a Miata or a E30 BMW or something like that. So you can be more precise.
Right.
It's a great way to learn. Plus, you realize that if you mess up a corner, takes you a lot longer to recover.
Yeah.
And
Well, the other thing too is that I put on track days myself, and one of the things that you get is these guys that super tune their cars. They're always on the edge, and they get to the track where they've never really stressed their car on the street. They think they stress their car by doing 60 miles an hour on the highway and maybe the occasional burst to 105 or whatever, but they're not really stressing it until they get out here. So now they've got brake issues, they're overheating, they basically spend their whole time in the paddock trying to get their car working instead of out there trying to make themselves faster.
exactly, you put a turbo and you're in boost for 50% of the lap or more. It's way different than being on the street.
And that's why we've told them over and over again, take the stockest car you have with the crappiest tires you have on it and go have some fun and learn to control the car as is.
Brakes is probably, when somebody says, I want to upgrade my car, I say, well, the first thing you need to do is make sure you can stop.
Yep.
So spend money on your braking system first.
The big thing is just brake pads. You don't need to go out and buy those
Brake pads and
$6,000.
fluids, exactly.
Yep. And that's the cheapest thing to go on. Yeah, good pads, and good pads you can pick up at, not really AutoZone, but they do have some okay ones for track days. But go to a supplier like Discovery Auto or Discovery Parts,
Yep.
and there's a couple other places out there that you can buy good racing pads from. That are good for the street too, because you don't really want pure racing pads on a street car.
And whatever brand of car you drive, there's an enthusiast forum out there on the internet, and there are people out there that take that car to the track, learn from other people.
Yes.
What have they done that's worked for them, so that you don't have to try to reinvent the wheel.
Yep.
Working smarter, not harder,
And cheaper.
and cheaper.
Yeah, because that's the big thing. A lot of guys will go out there, like I said, spend all this money on the car, get out here and break down the first lap because they didn't know exactly what they were doing. Every guy knows what they're doing when it comes to hot rodding a car, but we really don't. And that's when you start racing, when you start tracking the car, that's when you learn so much about your capabilities, your mechanical capabilities, and how to fix things. I mean, look at Troy. Troy Trulio got into a 100-mile-an-hour wreck today with his Toyota MR2.
He's back on track.
Bent the car in half, and they've pulled that car out. They've got it working, and they're out there just doing some wicked laps. I'm watching him come around T4 right now with that car absolutely sideways, passing. He's about ready to make a pounce on a Fiero right now, going into 4. So it's it's things like that. And I've known Troy for 20 years. We're best friends, and he and I thought we knew everything until we started Lemons racing, actually.
Yeah.
And we got out there in our first builds, and it's like, wow, we really don't know how to prep a car. And just doing this stuff, we started doing more testing with track. We run out of VIR, so it's Track Club USA who we use.
Yep.
And we started running with them and doing some testing, and we just really learned a lot with testing. And that's where track day cars, like companies like yours, was it Track It? Just Track It?
Yep.
They do a great service for our teams and for drivers. Now, how do people get a hold of you if they want to, if they're in this area? And what other tracks do you use?
Well, we are. First of all, our website is justtrackit.net. We're on Facebook as well.
Okay.
Just Track It, and we have a Facebook group. We are at Roebling Road, Road Atlanta, AMP, Barber Motorsports Park primarily, and who knows what next year.
Yeah.
Looks like we got a pit stop coming up for
Cool.
Hong North Racing.
All right, guys.
So we got to
Thank
go.
you.
Thank you so much
Hey,
for
thank
having
you.
me.
And
Good
have
luck.
fun out there. Be
Thank
safe.
you very much.
So they're going out to do their pit stop, so that means Hong North's getting ready to come in, and Visceral Racing just got back out on track. They're now back down in 6th place after doing their stop. So we'll give you a rundown right now. We got the 464 Danger Racing Group, which is a Lexus SC300. They're leading this race. They are exactly 3 laps ahead of everybody right now. Hong North is in 2nd, who we were just talking to, one of their teammates. Schumacher Taxi has moved up to 3rd place with their 91 BMW 325. Momo Champ with their 94 Mazda Miata is in 4th place. They started out leading this race this morning, and they're actually moving up. They're doing quite well right now. 901 Motorsports, 1990 BMW 325. They are in 5th place. We have Visceral Racing in 6th with their 87 Porsche 944. John Allen has dropped back a little bit. They were up in, I believe, 6th place. They're now down in 7th place with their 88 BMW. Legacy Auto Sports with their 96 Mazda. They are in 8th place right now. In Full Throttle, 92 Miata. They are in 9th place. And Munich Speed and Engineering, they are in 10th place. And we got a little bit of moving around there on our scorecard as teams come in for pit stops. It's 2:17 right now. This race officially ends at
4:30.
4:30.
Back with y'all. I can't hear anything, but there we go.
There you go.
There you go. So we got, look, Bill, there's a little bit of blue sky right there.
Yeah, I see a little bit of blue sky, but just north of that is a lot of not blue sky. It's kind of grayish gray.
Grayish gray.
Yeah, light gray, dark gray,
Varying shades of gray. 50 shades?
50 shades of gray.
Yeah, I went there.
I don't know where there is.
Well, thanks for handling those interviews. I've been peppering Bill with people. I've been grabbing him by the shirt collar, dragging him in here, kicking and screaming.
It's good.
No, I went down to check on my car. It's back in the pits. We had a hung throttle and also a little bulky
Was that today's
clutch
word of the
pedal.
day?
What? Hung throttle? Yeah.
PG-13, folks. So, where are we? We're missing somebody here. Paulie.
I think Paulie's probably hit the bottle by now.
I think so. I don't know if he's messaging me or anything.
Yeah, I would too. Paulie works so hard on this broadcast, and for things outside of his control, there's just not much we can do. I mean, him and Bill start talking, they lose me immediately. Because they do this tech talk thing, Bill's like, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, what? I just speak English. Yeah, a lot of letters and numbers. So I think we're still operating the show out of here at the moment, right? Yeah. Bill's not even listening to me.
No, I'm sorry. Paul's talking to me too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't have that open, Paulie. I will open that up here in just a second.
Well, thank God one of us is paying attention.
You guys just talk. I don't actually pay attention.
Yeah.
When I hear the keywords, and
we all have our strengths and weaknesses. Yeah. Mine are pretty much all weaknesses.
Thank you. Oh, wait, who are we talking about? All right, Paulie is busy getting things together, and we'll be seeing a real show here soon, folks. Sorry we have customers standing in front of the track for you, but that's all right. We'll let them do that. Okay, so maybe not so soon. All right, so, but I think we're doing all right here. We could use some different cameras, and if we continue this tomorrow on our own, folks, we will have some cameras in place. I promise you that. I will drill a hole through this wall and shove some cameras out there.
I think we want to come back here, Bill.
Oh, no, we'll cover it up with a painting or something.
Oh, good point. It's like, what's that painting doing at the baseboard?
It's not like they're listening.
Oh, those are for our shorter visitors.
Yeah, it's not like they're listening.
There you go.
Folks, can you guys hear Tiffany talking? I can't control her volume right now, but I'm just wondering if you can hear her on the show. If you can't, and just message us on the YouTube Live and just let us know. And Tiffany will let me know, actually. I lost my... Oh, there it is.
Cookie?
Oh, yeah, thank you, Al.
Thank you. Can we get some more water?
I'll bring you some.
Here, I never opened mine, Bill.
Oh, thank you.
So you're good?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
No beer on the broadcast. Oh, yeah, after there will be beer involved.
Okay, let me see if I can. The bird go. I'm trying, folks.
My big girl voice? What is that? Okay, well, we do too, so you're certainly
Oops.
allowed.
Sorry. I don't think it is. I think it's the way I'm feeding the show. Or this isn't my specialty. This is Paulie's specialty. I am special at other things.
A lot of people say you're very special, Bill.
Yes.
Then again, I think they say that about all of us. We brought in Tiffany to make us sound intelligent. Of course, that bar was set very low. We drug you down to our level, huh? I'm sorry, Tiffany.
There we go. I can hear you now. I can hear you. Are you on a Pixel? Okay.
So here's what we got going on, folks. I don't know when the last time we did a running order, but we've got the Danger Racing Group in the lead of this race, up by 3 laps on the Hong North Trans Am. We've got Schumacher Taxi running in 3rd, Momo Champ running in 4th. Visceral has slipped down to 5th place. We've got the John Allen Special 46 car in 6th place. Legacy Auto Group, that's at number 268. Miata running in 7th. 901 Motorsports in their BMW 325 IS running in 8th. My buddy Kieran O'Brien and his team, No Sense Racing, in running in 9th. We've got 10 is Munich Speed and Engine. In 11th place, my other buddies are Running Bulls Racing. In 12th place, we've got the 108 Tuttle Machine. In 13th place, we've got Kelly Brothers Racing. That's another Miata. In 14th place, we've got Full Throttle. And in 15, it's the Hot Rod Lincoln.
So we got a guest here. What's your name, buddy?
James.
James? Come on
Come on up here, James.
So, do you have a family member that's racing right now?
Yeah, my dad.
Your dad, what kind of car does he drive?
I don't know.
A Mazda? Is it like a little 2-seater? Has 1 seat or 2 seats in it?
I don't know.
You don't know? What color is it?
Yellow.
Yellow? What, you know the number on the side of the door?
Is it that one up there?
I think it's 424.
424. Let's see who that is. Come on, Doc, quick. Amped up. Amped up.
Oh,
So is your dad
named after the track kind of thing.
Is your dad a fast driver?
Yeah.
Yeah. Has he let you drive yet?
Here he is right here in front of us.
Have you got to drive yet? Are you
Right
the sister?
there.
Are you the older sister or the younger sister?
The youngest.
Youngest sister. So, are you guys going to be race car drivers when you get older?
No.
You're not. You're going to be an
I am.
engineer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
Mars stuff, right? Go to Mars.
The young lady's going to be
Yeah.
a driver.
So you're going to be a race car driver. What's your name?
Riley.
Riley. So Riley, you know that we have a couple of race ladies that are racing this weekend in their race cars here. One of them's a NASCAR race car driver. Or is it NASCAR?
No, MX-5, Global Cup.
Yeah, MX-5 Global Cup.
Ashton.
So her name is Ashton.
Ashton
and-
Harrison.
We've actually met Miss Ashton.
Oh, cool.
Very good. So we have a lot of women race car drivers that run in our races.
But we always need more.
Yep. Yep. So have you driven a car yet? No. One day. So I always ask your parents first before you drive the car. That's the important thing. Unlike my children. Thank you guys for joining us here. And we'll let you go back to having fun. knocking on the window. Scaring us. You gotta watch him. He's old.
Hey, Bill, looks like we've got a little bit of rain falling.
Oh, we do. We have rain falling on the track, and we're watching the little carts on the center of the track here. It looks like they're starting to spin around as they go around the corners once they hit the...
Whoa, we've got a spin right in front of us.
Yep. It's a BMW of some sort. It's white. Did you get the number on that as he spun?
No, I sure didn't. It is the
595.
Oh, that's a Hot Rod Lincoln.
Yeah. It's a Lincoln or a BMW?
No, it's a Lincoln. That's the Hot Rod Lincoln.
Okay.
Running in 15th place?
Yep.
Yeah, 595.
Paulie, we're going to have to, if we do this, we got to do a switch like we did before, remember? Okay, so I'm still alive. I know you know that, just reinforcing.
So yeah, the track's
it's coming down pretty good out there because we have some of the marshals here working down pit lane, and they're having to cover their faces from the amount of rain falling.
Yeah, those little raindrops sting.
Hey, guess who's back?
Oh, yeah. Man, have we missed you, Paulie. Yeah, I mean, you left the inmates totally in charge of the asylum.
Yeah.
We did not.
No, we didn't put you on mute. It's just I need a patch cable. I'm really sorry, folks. No, I'm still learning how to do all this stuff. You know, there's a lot of stuff that myself, Paul, Doc, and Tiffany have had to learn how to do over the last 2 years.
I haven't learned anything.
I know, but I was trying to make you look good.
Oh, thank you, Bill. That's a full-time position, Bill, and you already have a full-time position.
Yeah, one or two.
As our media and marketing director and graphics guru and our dick.
That's a good word.
That's the decal inspection coordinator. Counselor. No, wait. We'd never put you in charge of counseling, would we?
No.
Ah, that's true.
So we're like 2:38. We have how many hours going? So the official race time started at 8:29.
Yeah, we're going to be coming up to full pit stops here very shortly.
So when they say the official race start was at 8:29, does that affect when the race ends? No.
No, not really. It's going to end at 4:30.
But it does affect when your driver stints start.
Yeah, but I understand that during that extended full course yellow at the beginning of the race, they extended those stints.
Okay.
Now I've not.
I don't know.
Yeah, some guy in race control was feeding us that information,
Okay.
so it's suspect.
Cool. Oh wait, that was me.
Yeah, that was you. Yeah.
No, I don't think I reset. No, I didn't say that.
No, somebody did.
Might have been Michael. Right.
Yeah, I mean, you could buy some time where you're not cutting it close, because this being an 8-hour race, ideally you'd pit every 2 hours and be done with it. But, the racers will look for every advantage you can give them. And that was certainly something to look at. Maybe you short-stinted one of your slower drivers. Right, exactly.
I just saw a huge amount of smoke, like right in my room, and it was
This guy's
some
vaping.
guy's vaping right in front of us. I almost screamed into the mic. Hey!
So I suspect the times have dropped a little bit. It's not really raining hard, just enough to turn the track a deeper shade of gray.
Gotcha. It's
Yeah, well, they'll work their way back up as soon as they figure out their grip levels out there.
yeah.
But yeah, and that's one of the things, this entrance into turn 16 from turn 15, the ideal racing line tends to puddle a little bit of water. Now, I don't think it's raining hard enough to create a puddle. Danger Racing is in, 464. But you got to kind of tiptoe through there. That car gets light as you crest that right-hander. And you certainly, if you want to get any corner right here, that's the one you want to get right, because getting it wrong can cost you.
Yep, that's right. Just to let you guys know there, Paulie's getting set up to come back on live, and I'm showing you his screen right there. So we're working to get that live here. Let's go back to racing, if I can. There we go. No, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing now. Kind of. I have an idea.
So 6 of our top 10 cars have taken advantage to pit right now.
So what's the Hot Rod Lincoln? Is that the Hot Rod Lincoln up top there, or what is that? The white one coming around?
I believe so.
Yeah, he was going really slow coming down the hill here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was going.
Yeah,
really
that's the Hot Rod
He
Lincoln.
was going really slow around turn. What is that? 4? Yeah, turn 4, which is a wide sweeping corner. It's like a big roundabout, basically. It's pretty fun. You start out going uphill, then you kind of come downhill, but as you come out to the exit, it gets a little slippery and kind of comes in really tight there at the exit.
Yeah, and then you let the car swing wide to driver's left to negotiate this hard corner at turn 6.
Yeah.
More than a 90 degree.
Yeah. Hey, Paul, why don't you, when we do decide to do this, let's do a good stop so that we can get a recorded section of this on Facebook, on YouTube, sorry. Yeah, we don't want to make a flaky recording.
We want to make a nice controlled stop, like a red flag condition,
Yes.
no panic
Yes.
braking.
No panic braking. So Visceral looks really good out there. They're just really smooth going around some of these corners, or some of the cars are a little...
My car's back out on track.
Yeah. Some of the cars are a little loose out there with the rain falling, but they seem to be super under control.
Yeah, I was talking to one of the owners of that car, and he was saying they don't really like the wet conditions all that much. They were really happy to see that racing line dry out this morning when they were leading the race.
Everybody likes to race on a
912 is very slow.
Yeah, the Firebird. That's a Firebird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's picked up speed. It's just like he might have missed a gear. Maybe he's losing a transaxle or something.
Well, coming out of turn 6, it's kind of an off camber, and you can loop it around there pretty easy. We've seen several cars do a lazy, slow loop there, and especially if you run wide, there's a false curbing there, and then more asphalt out of that curbing. And if you hit that painted spot, it's slick.
Yeah, Danger just came up out of 4 into 5, and you could see the water coming out from under their wheels as they were spinning the tire, basically, as they were coming out of there. So it's still pretty slick.
And it's just kind of a slow spitting rain. It's not really rain. It's more like a really heavy drizzle. I thought we were going to dodge that R word today, but tomorrow's supposed to be a nice day. I think it's 0% chance of rain tomorrow. I'd like to see some sunny skies. That'd be nice.
Sunny skies.
Yeah, well, the overcast that we've had today, it's the cars really pop out on track. They're very vivid colors and that sort of thing. But the trees are a little muted, meaning they're not talking much. The trees,
No.
they're kind of rustling.
Much like Paulie does to me a lot. Mutes. Pretty much everybody's settled in. You don't see the type of racing you saw earlier this morning. Yeah,
The
even that
car's
little
slow.
Miata is going really slow around 4, so it must be extremely slippery up there. We also have cars coming in and out, so they may be new back out on the track and are just sorting out where they can go fast and where they can't.
You know, in talking to a lot of the guys last year, the preferred line on the on that first carousel at the top of the track, 3 through 4, the preferred dry line is on the inside of that corner, and then you let the car come out wide at 5. But I talked to a lot of the teams, and they said there's more grip about a lane and a half over.
And it's been like that since I've done 2 races here, and that was the middle section was where I found to be the absolute fastest for me, where I had the most grip. Now, if I had an Apex Pro, I could prove that, but right now it's just going by the seat of my pants and the oh poopy moments that you have when you're on the inside sometimes. Or even the outside. You go to pass somebody on the outside with the Celica last year, and I almost got into trouble a couple of times. We don't tell Derek that, ever. Never. It's not like he's listening.
When would we tell him?
Never.
Never.
Sorry, folks. I had to yawn.
Well, we both missed our nap time today.
Running Bulls is up to 9th. Yes, they are. The tunnel right behind them. By about 13 seconds back.
Well, you know who they want to catch is the number 46, the John Allen special car. We're all pitted together and been friends for years and years and years. So, yeah, everybody wants to, passing other cars, that's great. But passing your friends is the best thing ever. I mean, Bill's eyes just lit up with the thought of passing Troy. You could see him he kind of tilted his head and went, oh, those were the days.
Usually it was passing him while he was 4 off in the grass. Now, back when we were...
Pass them where they ain't.
Yeah,
like Babe Ruth said, hit them where they ain't.
Back when we were relatively even cars, it was fun racing him. But, 2 years ago, he decided to make his car uber lightweight, and when he did that, he just got so much faster, and we couldn't compete. So,
all right, so Running Bulls has moved up to 8th place. They are behind John Allen Special. So we'll see how this shakes out for bragging rights along in pit number 31, 32, and 33. Well, 33 is going to be out of it, but that's my car.
It's an E30 Fest over there. Right. Thanks, Paulie. I'm stealing that. That screenshot. Yes. Oh, yes. And it works.
What is it?
We'll take anything you got, buddy. That's a heck of a lot better than looking at somebody's backside as they stand in front of us.
All depends. Oh, I can't say that, can I?
Behave.
I'd have to go to Human Resources.
Yes. Oh, not Tiffany? Yeah, because I need another patch cord and I didn't bring it. Oh.
A virtual audio cable.
It's okay.
What the?
You can talk. You spent the last hour not talking to anybody. Oh, they're not hearing you talk. Oh, yes. So, folks, we're listening to Paulie talk, and I'm just learning now that you can't hear any of them talk. Though you've probably been telling us this.
So it's me and Bill?
Yeah. No, it's Tiffany. It's like me listening to Amy. I just never hear her. I know she's there. I just don't hear her.
Ouch.
Doesn't your husband do that? Tiffany says, oh, yes.
Well, sorry, folks, you're stuck with Bill and I. We're going to do our best, though. Frankly, we've only got up to go, so.
All right.
Like, do this, or?
They'll bring Tiffany and Paul back into this here in a few minutes. So we're looking down at, this is turn
6.
No. Nope, this is turn 10, isn't it?
Oh, the track camera. I thought you meant outside our window. That camera, Bill, is on the outside of 16.
Yes, outside of 16.
That's
So-
the big gravel trap that the Pistol Star car found very early in the race in his mishap with Troy.
Yeah. We'll go back to a more stable camera. That one's not stable right now because I'm trying to import all kinds of other stuff. Though that one was actually better.
Speaking of not being stable, the cars actually out on track look very stable. I haven't seen anybody have a real problem.
Well, the rain kind of stopped.
Yeah, the rain stopped. We got a little bit of a light gray line here leading up to turn 7. So the top of the carousel, the first carousel, don't see a line there yet. Turn 6. Most of the passes you see there, cars are on driver's left, and most of the passes you see, if they were a very aggressive pass, you'd call it a dive bomb.
Right.
But most everybody's aware that there's a car on their inside. That line's a little wet still, so
Right.
As long as your car is straight, you can probably get away with it. Most everybody is back out on that dry line. If you want to get a good run, it's they've numbered these corners 7 and 8, but they're not a corner in the true sense of the word. It's a slight pull on the wheel, let the car track to the inside, and then let it swing out wide for that entry into 10 under heavy braking in turn 9. We got the Mean Green Machine is back out on their track. There goes Visceral diving to the inside of him again in that turn 6. He's on a slightly wetter line. I don't think Pete's car is under full power because he was hanging with Visceral yesterday during our test day.
He told me they were going to use this sort of as a test day.
Yeah,
out there.
sure.
They lost their engine earlier today, so they did an engine swap. And they went back out on track to get their driver's seat time. Now, what we mean by seat time, a lot of these guys, like one guy will own the car, and he will rent a seat to other drivers. Like I would rent the seat to Doc. And
You're not that stupid.
he'd go out and drive for 2 hours, and then another renter would get in the car, and then
Oh, look at there's my car, an inside pass into 6.
and then
Get it, boys.
we would. That's how you can kind of make money. I'm trying to ignore him. So that's how we would kind of make money for. Wait, that thing just passed what is it, a Porsche?
Yeah.
How did your car pass a Porsche?
It's fast now. Matt and those guys do great work. Mark Martin got out of the car, and he's the one that
winning driver?
no, he's not the NASCAR champ, almost champion 5 years.
Because he's like Troy size.
No.
Actually,
Mark
smaller.
Martin,
Yeah, he might be smaller than
but
that.
he's built like a fire plug. I mean, that guy, his exercise regimen is incredible. And he exercises the goosey mane for all of crazy enough. He's a rapper, hardcore rapper. But anyway, Mark got out of the car and he says, "Man, it's so nice to be driving a car that can pass people."
And driving an MR2.
Yeah, Well, yeah. And I got to thank Matt Harper with Flying Wrench to make and Arjun and Barry, our two spec
Gotcha, Paul.
NASA E30 guys,
Yeah.
for making our car what it is, because Lord knows I was getting nowhere with it. Kind of like with the ladies.
Well, it is.
Fast cars, fast women. I got no clue about either. The people are still really starting to get aggressive in coming down to 6, so you know the line's dried out.
I just saw your message, Paul. My answer is yes. I don't know what the question was. He said Bill.
Yes.
Yes.
So that yes had like a question mark.
Yeah, it's yes.
He may want some information from you. Friend of yours?
What? They're in first. Yes.
Danger Racing?
Oh, yes, I know
Yeah.
who she is. That's why I know her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's John's wife.
No, John Hurley's.
No, Barton's wife, I think. Goes
Oh.
to Hurley. I forget.
Dang, she's already married,
No,
huh?
not Barton. Barton's wife is a fellow copter pilot. That's Chase's. No, that's John's girlfriend.
Chase Darden?
That's Chase, yeah, Chase's girlfriend. Yeah, that's why I know her. I thought, she looks familiar. Oh my God, did I just turn all red?
No, not really.
I didn't know what to do.
Look, the sun's shining over down towards the big carousel. And look, there's a little bit of patch of blue
Yeah,
sky.
and we can see the blue sky on the screen.
Look,
Thank you, Paul.
look, here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the
We
sun.
have a rainbow in the background.
Oh man, that's awesome. The dang shit. That's like a low hung rainbow. I may take a picture.
Well, if we had a photographer working today,
Oh, wait a minute. I can go take a
there
picture.
you go. Go take a picture. What's
That
up,
means the
Paulie?
broadcast is you.
Okay. I'm ready.
Ah.
All right, folks, we are going to
That's
disconnect
it.
this broadcast live from AMP. We're going to come back in just a minute, live from our studios in Hong Kong, China, and New York. And Paulie will be back along with Tiffany. And thank you for watching while we kept this going. We will be back in just a minute, folks. Thank you.
Welcome to Champ Car Live, coverage of the amped up duels at Atlanta Motorsports Park. It's the Champ Car Endurance Series, presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps. Paul Veltum, Doc Waldrop, Bill Strong, Tiffany Alexander calling the action this weekend for an 8 and a 7 hour endurance race at Atlanta Motorsports Park, or AMP as we like to call it. Designed by Formula One architect Herman Tilke in the North Georgia Mountains in Dawsonville, Georgia. Got about an hour and 40 minutes remaining in the race today. We'll be back again tomorrow with a 7-hour race. Green flag at 8:30 in the morning, checkers at 3:30. Today we go checkers at 4:30. And as we go to take a look at Race Hero, there you can see it is Danger Racing Group still leading this race in that Lexus SC300. Hong North now behind them in P2. Bissell Racing Group is in third spot right now, back about 3 laps from the leader, but right on the tail of Hong North. Schumacher Taxis in fourth right now with Momo Champ behind them. John Allen Special in 6th. Running Bulls Racing now in 7th spot. Tuttle Motorsports, the 108 car, in 8th. No Sense Racing in the pits. Legacy Autosports is in 10th spot. So looking back on what's transpired in this race so far this morning, we went yellow within the first lap as it was Racing Analytics that was into the tire wall in turn 15 after they made contact with the 679 Mean Green Racing. It took a few minutes to get that tire wall fixed. While that was happening, the Happy Moose machine of Randy Popst went down, stalled on track. They towed it in. They had electrical issues with that car. They did get it back out on track, but we're back behind the wall later on with more issues. Then around 9:40 this morning, there was a big crash between Biohazard, it's McKibben's Biohazard Racing, and Pistol Star Racing. Porsche and the MR2 were heavily damaged, but the MR2 has returned to the racetrack. Then it was Leviathan Motorsports that blew an engine, causing oil to go down on the track. And we went to full course caution as Visceral Racing Group spun in that oil. Now, we've had some rain that came down on the track recently, but that rain has lifted, and now you can see the sun is really beginning to shine out there. And the track has once again dried as it was damp this morning as well.
Looks quite beautiful.
Yes, it does. I think this is weather that even Bill Strong could appreciate.
I think we were going to talk him into going outside.
I think he's ignoring us. I think he's gone out there.
Look
All
how
I hear
cute
is
that
I hear tape.
Yeah, he forgot to mute his mic probably. Right?
Yeah, that could be.
So he's going to get ready for the pit interviews. Go speak to some folks. And it has been danger racing most of the day. Hate to rub that in, but that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you seem to bring that up very quickly, I've noticed.
That's pretty cool. And then my second pick was Hung North, and they're in second because that's my buddy Nabil. So I'm like, wow, that's awesome. Andrew Raines is driving with them. So, but all these guys know that this home track for these guys, so that's not surprising.
Right.
Fast car, fast drivers. Oops, they just moved to third. Visceral just took back second.
Trying to get a little bit of control here.
Good luck.
So you can really see how that's starting to come alive out there on the racetrack with the sun coming through the clouds now, drying up the racetrack. Things are really turning around.
Wow. Yeah. Clouds are parting and rainbows and sunshine.
So coming up here in the after this race, it's the middle of November, the 17th and the 18th at Auto Club Speedway for a double 7 in Fontana, California, on the full sports car Roval. Then it's on to VIR December 1st and 2nd for an 8 and a 7 on the North Course.
So from there, then to VIR, then to Barber. That's the right.
That sounds about right, yeah.
VIR is the first weekend in December, and then Barber is the second weekend in December, I believe. I'm going from memory. I don't have my schedule in front of me.
Yeah, I don't have it in front of me either, but that sounds about right. There's a current running order. We've got Tuttle Motorsports now in the pits in the 108 car.
The internet will correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure. You okay?
Hey, Doc, is that you?
It is indeed. We got the whole gang back together?
Yeah, we do, but I don't know if you can... Let's see.
What do you want me to do?
All right.
Get lost?
No, I asked Bill to mute one of the microphones. I think he did it, so...
Am I muted, Bill?
No, yours is fine, so we can hear you just fine.
Okay.
Yours has to be on so we can hear you.
Is that a wise decision?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah.
You say that now.
Well, although I didn't hear much of what was being said while I was off working. But I did. My ears did perk up when the Commentators Cup was spoken of.
You were listening then?
I heard the smack talk. Yeah, I certainly did.
Okay, well, it's on, buddy.
Holly said,
"Bring back up that title."
About how lame my win was, and yeah, I heard all of that stuff.
It's gonna be a come at me bro moment next.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, the accusations were flying. But, that's all right. That's all
We're just
right.
gonna have to get you guys in a go-kart and let y'all, handle it like that.
Exactly, Tiffany. I don't want, he cherry picked our bank racing at NCM. I'm the only one in my own car. Bill cherry picked the DDR Toyota Celica, and I'm sitting here in my own car.
I can't.
I would have had something for you this year too, buddy. I finished 14th there. Not me. My car did.
Yeah, you did.
I was nowhere near it.
So was there
Probably how we got the 14th place. So I turned down my stint today.
Okay, so that your other drivers could get out there and drive. Now I saw the car was brought back in. Is everything okay?
Yeah, we had a hung throttle there for a little bit, and the clutch pedal I believe was a little spongy, so they did a quick fix on it. We were back out there in less than 10 minutes or so. So car looks like it's doing fine now. I don't know what his lap times are. That's
Looks
a lot
like
of
they're not real good
down where we are.
Looks like they're stopped right now. So something's up.
Oh, I got my levels.
Well, it's the top of the
Nothing
hour. Maybe
good.
we're in for a routine pit stop. I don't know.
No, he's not in the pits. He's behind a catch fence.
Oh.
It looks like, is that the pits? That easy up? I guess it is. I guess they were.
Yeah, he's coming into the pits.
That's
or
the
leaving the pits. He's coming in.
I'm sorry. I haven't been there before, and I apologize, Doc, for scaring you.
There we are. Looks like a routine stop.
Paul, do you have me?
Yes, Bill.
Okay, how are the levels?
Hang on.
Sorry, I ask now because you're going to yell at me later.
Okay, it's too quiet, so you're going to have to turn it up a little bit. Do that again. That's perfect. But when you're out there and yelling, you'll have to turn it down a little bit, but it sounds really good there. So it looks like Brew Crew Racing is in the pits right now, going through their normal service. It's coming up on 3 o'clock. Hour and a half remain in the race. So they'd be good to go to the end. Your last driver gets in, they top off fuel, send them out, and it's on to the finish. Brew Crew Racing had that clutch let go earlier today. They got the transmission out of there, replaced that clutch, got the car back out on track. A little bit of trouble with the throttle, but they got that resolved. Car's back on the racetrack, turning laps, and
I got a brief report from the pits that I'm not sure it was a clutch problem. Rumor has it we replaced the whole transmission. So,
I see.
I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if anything I say is true.
Well,
no, I did not go out today, Bill. So anyway, hopefully it's smooth sailing from here. We'll look at the car tonight, see what we need to do.
All right. All right. Well, so folks, we've reached the top. We've reached the top of the hour. We've reached the top of the hour here, so we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back here in just a few moments. Stay with us. Frozen rotors from Diversified Cryogenics deliver increased performance and a higher level of safety while significantly reducing braking system costs. Our proprietary 60-hour cryogenic process permanently and dramatically improves the usage life and stability of brake rotors, creating a distinct advantage in tensile strength, abrasive wear resistance, and rotor longevity. Frozen rotors. It's the cost-saving solution for better braking performance.
our market leading product is a Novec based. It's a 3M Novec fire suppressant. And what really makes us special is the delivery system. This new 8865 3620 system puts that Novec, two separate systems, puts Novec in the cockpit, Novec in the engine bay in less than a second, immediately engulfing the area with a fire extinguishant. So by flooding the area that quickly, we're able to actually put out fires, save equipment, save our drivers. Obviously, that's the most important part.
Discovery Parts is a veteran-owned racing and safety equipment company located inside Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia. We take pride in being a reseller of the best of the industry to Champ Car teams and drivers. We know racing, love racing, and look forward to tomorrow to even more racing. Visit us at discoveryparts.com.
Somebody that gets hot?
Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems are designed to keep you cool and safe in hot environments. The football shirt is worn under the shoulder pads for total player comfort. For race car drivers, Cool Shirts offers a driving cooling system for virtually every racing application. The multi-person cooling system is designed to meet the demands of the firefighter in rehab. Cool Shirts offers a variety of designs for anyone who gets hot.
Cool Shirt, the worldwide leader in personal cooling systems. Race to your phone and become a winner.
Champ Car Endurance Series is sponsored by RVA Graphics and Wraps, a custom graphics shop that specializes in the design and production of the best quality made-to-order vehicle graphics. And by Lifeline. Lifeline uses the latest technology in motorsport fire suppression and extinguishing and is the leader of in-car fire safety systems using Novec and Triple F foam. And Willwood Disc Brakes. Willwood Engineering is a global leader and manufacturer of high-performance, original equipment disc brake solutions. And Cool Shirt Systems. Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems, vests, and garments offer comfort, safety, mobility, and durability when performance matters. And Maxxis Tires. Maxxis Tires International is committed to delivering high-performance, affordable tires to the world. And Frozen Rotors. Premium cryogenically treated brake pads and brake rotors by Diversified Cryogenics. And OMP Sport, one of the world's leading manufacturers of safety equipment and tuning accessories. And by Racing Radios, the leader in racing communications worldwide, providing quality and affordable communication systems for racers and fans alike. And DiscoveryParts.com, offering the best in auto safety racing apparel. So coming up next for the Champ Car Endurance Series, it's the Willwood Grand Prix at Auto Club Speedway for a double 7, November 17th and 18th. And then it's off to Virginia International Raceway for an 8+7, December 1st and 2nd. To find out more, go to www.champcar.org. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Champ Car Live coverage of the amped up duels at Atlanta Motorsports Park. Paul Veltum along with Doc Waldrop, Tiffany Alexander, and Bill Strong, who is down talking to one of our racers right now. Bill, can you hear us?
Hey, yeah, I'm down here with some guy named Rick Sonato, who's my boss, actually, on the board of directors. He yelled at me because he says I've never interviewed him. But I think I have over the years. But Rich is also a racer when he's not board of directing whatever they do. But he's actually in 6th place. Now, he did say that once I started interviewing, he's probably going to break. But I was kind of afraid because his driver came into turn 5 here and completely locked up the brakes. and he's getting ready to go up into 2 and 3 and 4, or whatever that is up there, the lollipop section. So, Rich, how's the car doing out there today?
Car has been excellent all day. It's been perfect. We can't complain. This is what we consider the slower of our two cars we brought out here this weekend. And
here comes his driver down the straightaway. Did not lock him up that time.
Good job. But yeah, car's been fantastic all day. From the start of the green, all day long. We just haven't had any complaints. Justin Lipson's in the car now, turning some good laps, except that last one. But Chip Schnitt just got out a few minutes ago, was very consistent, turning 40s and 39s consistently. So,
can you win this?
No, we can't win it. Top 5. That's where we're going for. But we're an upper mid-pack team, and we know that. Top 5 is a very good day for us. So,
all right, man. Good luck out there.
All right, thank you.
All right. So we've got Ashley Harrison, I heard, up here.
Ashton.
He's coming in.
Yeah.
Bill Strong. Mispronounce it though or something.
Bill Strange.
Bill Strange. I like Bill Strange.
That's a good one.
No, that wasn't a good one.
I think you called her Ashley and it's Ashton.
Is this going to be on the TV? Like, I need to.
It's going
We're
live.
live right now.
Yeah, go ahead, turn it.
I've got. Can you hear me, Polly?
I can hear everything.
Can you hear Bill's mic?
We can hear all of you.
Bill actually muted it, but that other microphone, I would like to get my hands around it.
Oops.
Somebody sit down.
So we do have a. We just have the microphone. All right, Paulie, you got me.
Yeah, we sure do.
So we're down here with Ashton Harrison. You're one of our guest drivers here at AMP this weekend. You're driving a Miata. You're also known for the pink roll cage.
I am, yes. I am known for the pink roll cage. It's pretty easy for that thing to stand out amongst the other cars.
But that's good. That's what you want to do as a racer, right?
Yep, exactly. It's a good marketing tool.
Yep. So you race Miatas. It's not just any regular Miata. What kind of Miata do you race?
So I currently race in the Global MX5 Cup Series, which is sanctioned underneath IndyCar, and it's a spec series. So it's just like if you were to watch spec Miata, it's just in the new Indy MX5, which is an incredible car. The way they've come through with it and building it, it's become actually, I think, one of the most popular track day cars.
Yep.
And
it has been for many decades.
Yeah, exactly. And with the new generation, it's really taken off. It's super cool. It's easy to drive, so it makes the series extremely difficult. So it's fun to come out here on a Champ Car weekend and drive against some other vehicles, even though some of them are kind of questionable. Not really sure what it is, but it's got a bunch of missing pieces and then some additional parts on it that I'm still trying to figure out while we're driving what I'm currently racing against.
Now, one of the things I've talked about over the last couple of races with pro drivers like yourself, other amateur drivers that race in more spec series where the speeds are more even. Mm-hmm. You spend less time passing and more time strategizing how you're going to make a pass on this guy. And it may take 3 or 4 laps to do it. In this type of racing, because of the speed differentials of the cars, does this really help you out in the type of racing that you're doing with the traffic management?
Yeah, I would say this is a really good training for what we have to come as drivers that race in other series. So, we get used to driving against the same people each weekend. So we kind of know what they're going to do. We expect them to act a certain way on track, rather if it's respectful or disrespectful, whatever it may be. Because, again, we're racing in a spec series where it can be sometimes the most frustrating sport ever. Mm-hmm. So sometimes when you come out here on a Champ Car weekend and you're racing against such different speeds that it gives us a chance to really settle down, almost mentally prepare for what's to come, because we have no idea who we're racing against.
Right.
Obviously, we're coming out here, we're having fun. We have a goal to do very well and to succeed as a team. And I'm racing against people that I have no idea how many times they've raced. I don't know if they have any pro background. I don't know if this is the only car that they've ever driven on track. So It kind of gives you that mindset of being a little bit more patient preparing yourself better for what's to come. But I just got out the car and it was a blast. That was my first time in for this race and it was super fun. We're driving a 1.6 NA Miata, so super fun, although it doesn't have a whole lot of horsepower for us.
Right.
It's tons. It's super fun. We were pushing about 115, which is pretty good for a 1.6.
Right.
So, you know, the momentum is the best part about the car. It's so much fun. And then I think kind of freaks everybody out when it's like, we can't keep up with them on the straightaway, but we come through the corner and they're like, oh crap, I didn't think you were going to be there. And it's like, surprise, here we are, we're coming through.
But you can
Hey.
outbrake them, or brake way later than some of the faster cars.
Yeah, and even in Champ Car, like coming out and again figuring out who some of these people are driving, I've actually found that like braking early, I kind of can expect how they're going to react. So I know they're going to try to blow past me on the straightaway. So I know if I brake early and they think that they're going to blow past me in the braking zone, and they end up driving off track and we get the position anyways.
That's
so
all right. That's good.
hey, you got to think about it before you go do it. You don't just go diving in and then stand on the brake and expect it to work every time.
Well, that's the difference in experience. We have folks that have never, you mentioned, that have never driven on a race course in their life out here, racing against folks like yourself and Randy Popst and some guy named Bill Strong.
And Sarah Montgomery. And Sarah Montgomery. And Kelly. So watch out.
What happened?
My car way sideways in turn 6.
See, they are overdriving it.
And he saved it. He didn't go around. But he had that tail 45 out in a pack of cars, too.
So, with your racing with Mazda, now Mazda is coming on with Champ Car next year, and they're going to be helping us out with Mazda drivers with a contingency plan, which we'll have in place by January 1st.
Here it comes on my screen.
Let's see, take a look.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, it throws
it
out.
looks sideways
There's so
though,
many
even though it's
Gs.
froze.
Doc showing us
Oh,
on
nice.
his,
Nice, that's a good one.
Actually, we'll probably have it there on our screen.
Nice.
But with Mazda coming on with their contingency for Mazda MX-3 and it's not an MX-3, Miata and MX-5 drivers in our series next year, how have they helped? How has Mazda Sport helped you guys out?
Massively. I mean, I started doing spec Miata and a 1.6 Miata, and then I quickly moved into the 1.8 Miata, which was a little bit too fast for me. And I was even speaking about this a few weeks back, is that I don't feel like I even had enough time in a spec Miata before I decided to move in the MX-5 Cup, which is something that I've noticed that it's, you know, kind of affecting me now on my pro level, is not having that much seat time in something that's slow. So Mazda has really kind of, with this new MX-5 Cup series and bringing on people that have had the seat time in these 1.6 and 1.8 spec Miatas and winning championships, I mean, you're putting the right people in the seat and giving them the opportunity. Like my good friend Celine Roland actually was a scholarship winner this last year, and he, you know, he's never driven the MX-5 Cup car besides the shootout, and he won, I want to say it was like runner-up in the runoffs, and I think he secured top 3 in the Spec Miata Championship, and he jumped in, was like immediately dialed in. And so Mazda really sets up that ladder so that you can be successful when you're putting in the work. But it, you know, everybody needs a chance to go out there and drive a Miata. I mean, you always hear people say the best track car is Miata. It's because it's true. If you can drive that, you can seriously drive about anything. I mean, and my girlfriends Sarah and Kelly will agree that if you can drive the Miata, and anything else seems almost easy to drive, because it's so slow. It makes you so mad to be going that slow sometimes. And then you finally get, you know, the perfect run. You're like, holy crap, this thing's super fast. And you really build that self-confidence. So I'm excited to hear that they're partnering and they're coming through and they're really trying to pull some more drivers out of the system and give them those opportunities.
Now, as a female driver, do you what do you see out there? Now, I have daughters. I have a whole bunch of them, like 3 or 4.
A whole bunch of them.
Yeah, a whole bunch of them. A lot of
That's technically a passel of them.
We really want to see more women racing. How are you helping to do that?
Well, so obviously we always want more women in racing, and I'm not one specifically to, you know, get out there and I'm like, girl power, everybody, woo, get all the girls out here. I mean, that's just like, some guys don't like to race. Some girls don't like to race. And some girls honestly just don't know that they're not that they're not allowed to race, but that they can race.
Right.
So they'll get out there and realize that they're actually competitive. I didn't know I wanted to race until my dad took me to the Bondurant school in Phoenix, Arizona, and they taught me how to drift. Racing was not my mind. I wanted to drift cars. I was on a skid pad. That's all I want to do. But I didn't know that you could even do that.
Right.
So sometimes you just have to open the door and show them that there are opportunities out there. And, you know, some of us just like to enjoy it as a sport. It lets us let's be honest, I mean, guys are out here doing the same thing, but all of our frustration we've had built up for, say, weeks, months, or years, whatever, and this is that one race a year, you get to go out and just let it all out, and you take full advantage of it, and the girls go out there and get it done. I mean, we're patient. We're not dive bombing people. We're being respectful, and we're let you go out there and do your thing.
Y'all have brains.
I'm glad you said it because I was about to, but I didn't want to offend anybody. But
I just call them like I see them.
Hey, I feel you, man.
So how do you? So we have a lot of wives that listen to our show because their husbands are out racing, and we keep trying to tell, hey, come out racing too. So,
please come out. Please come out. Let me just assure you that after what I just got out the car, that you will guaranteed be faster than somebody out there.
Well, we've had a couple of teams I've interviewed over the years that the husband and wife raced, and the wife was so much faster.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Oh, I don't doubt it.
They're calculating, Bill.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I can speak from experience.
And they're always thinking.
Yes.
You know,
oh yeah,
guys. There's the popular meme of the lady lying in bed. She says, "I wonder what he's thinking," you know, and she goes through all this whole thing, and the guy says, "Wonder why the motorcycle won't start."
Yeah, right, exactly.
And they're
And
out there calculating, figuring out things, and analyzing, and we're just. Do I have any more beer in the fridge?
So we have another racer here. What's your name?
My name is Sarah Montgomery.
And you're a World Challenge driver?
I am, yes. I actually met Ashton in MX5 Cup. And basically we'll race anything I can get my butt in, basically. So anything with four wheels and a steering wheel, you better believe I'm going to be driving.
Cool.
So, yep.
So where are you from?
I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go Tigers.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh my God, we can't be friends anymore. I'm sorry.
immediate shutdown. Immediate shutdown.
So,
Don't tell me you're an Alabama fan.
I am a Bama fan only because I don't like LSU.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So I went to University of Louisiana at Lafayette, the rival school of LSU. So it's kind of in the blood that I can't like LSU.
Okay, that's acceptable.
Okay, fair enough.
Ashley, where are you from?
Atlanta. I've lived outside of Atlanta my whole life. So yeah, I'm in Villa Rica, which I know a lot of people I say I'm from Villa Rica. If you live outside of Atlanta, it makes sense. But when you live in the perimeter, they're like, what is that?
Yeah.
And where can you find Villa Rica? So we're down the west side of Atlanta.
It's all the way to Birmingham.
Yeah, exactly. We are exactly in 90 minutes from Road Atlanta, Barber Motorsports Park, and AMP.
So did that help you as you come up through the racing ranks to have all these tracks near you?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I took in so much my first year of racing that I really. I spent a lot of my time doing my Spec Miata track day stuff, and then my dad introduced me to racing. And my first race I ever did was here at Atlanta Motorsports Park. And I remember there was 5 of us, and this is when the facility had just opened. Like, I signed my paperwork on a plastic fold-up trailer, okay?
Yes.
And it was awesome.
Solo cup, a plastic
fold-up table in a trailer, and it was awesome. So. I came here, there's 5 of us. I qualified 4th, finished 4th. And in my mind, I was like, woo, top 5. Well, there's only 5 of us, dumb, like second to last. But I didn't care because I finished. Top 5. You know, you don't.
Anything to get you to the next.
Exactly. And you don't ever tell anybody how many people were in it. You just tell them where you finished, okay? Because 4th place, that's not bad. That's right outside podium.
So where'd you start racing at?
I actually started racing in dirt oval go-karts. So yeah, my dad was like the top salesman at his dealership one month and got free tickets to an IndyCar race. And so we went just as a family, you know, because we had the free tickets. We didn't really have much interest in racing. And I was 10 years old at the time. And when we went, I literally just fell in love with the sport. Loved this, as cheesy as this sounds. Love the smell of the burning of the tires, the burning of the fuel.
There's nothing cheesy about that. That's why we're here.
Yeah, basically, exactly. So it was a drug for me instantly, and I begged my parents for about a year and a half to get me involved in racing. So I brought them my 10-year-old life savings in the piggy bank that's under your bed, basically, and asked them to get me involved in racing. So they got me a dirt oval go-kart and.
Dear Diary.
Dear Diary, I want to be a race car driver.
Now you have Kelly with you that she's racing this weekend. Now, Kelly, you're one of the the new ChampCar employees. You're you work timing and scoring?
Yep, that's correct.
So have you been out racing today?
Yes, I did the second stint.
This is like your home track, right?
Yeah, this is like one of the only tracks I drive at.
So did you beat them?
God, no.
Were you close?
We'll call it close.
She did really
You know.
well. She really did. So no, we had a couple of problems with the car when she was in it, but she did really well hustling through that. So
And so as a new driver, well, you're not really new, right?
She's not new.
Yeah.
She is a good driver, so don't let her not tell
No,
us
I know that.
Yeah.
I know. But as a newish driver, because you're young, other people that are wanting to race, it's easy for them to do here, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm a 22-year-old college student. I graduate in 59 days. Woo.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. But I mean,
Are you like an engineer type?
Oh God, no. Numbers, math, that's not me. Don't ask me that stuff. Come on, Doc.
Sorry.
But you kind of just, once it gets in your blood, or like once you realize that like that's where your passion's at, that's what you want to do, you just find ways to make it work. The first time I ever got to drive was because I spent a weekend at one of y'all's events at Road Atlanta being on the crew, and they're like, you crewed, let's pay you with like, why don't you drive the next one? And then just kind of get hooked and go from there. It's definitely something you have to have a team. You can't just afford everything on your own and things like that. But if you know the right support group, I mean, everybody here, if you ask for, hey, I need a wrench, hey, I need this, or, you know, this, that, and the other, it's just a big family, which is really nice.
Right. Now you guys have an all-female team?
Yes.
There's not one guy driving with
There's
you?
one dude, but it's called Justin's Angels.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, how sad is that?
I know.
Let's be honest. How sad is
Who
that?
picked the name?
Justin.
Justin's a head,
You had to ask, huh?
Justin's a head IT guy here at AMP. So he set us up, and Justin's a great guy. But yeah, Justin, come on, man.
Props to Justin and Kelly. I mean, if it wasn't for them, Sarah and I wouldn't be out here to hang out and be able to drive their car. We did this last year, and it was a blast the whole time. Like it's good it's a big family atmosphere. We all get to hang out, and with our really busy schedules and lives, we don't ever get to just drive cars, which is what we like to do together.
Yeah.
So it's awesome to be able to come out. And so props to Kelly. I mean, she's trusting Sarah and I to drive her car, which is her baby.
that is that speaks a lot.
Exactly. Love you, Kelly.
Yeah.
So do you guys have any sponsors that you'd like to thank?
I'll go last.
Okay. Harrison Contracting is one of our title sponsors for MX5 Cup, and PPG and Sherwin-Williams. So a big shout out to them for helping us the last 3 years. And
Is that Sherman-Williams paint on that roll cage?
Sherwin-Williams it is. You got that. And actually, by the way, I rolled that paint on, so it's the worst paint on the face of the earth. So it's not the paint, it's the person painting. So it was horrible. But anyways, shout out to them. They really helped us the last couple years, and hopefully we'll be able to take them to cooler places next time.
Cool.
So I'll let you guys go on. Think you're going for it.
Doug with Synergy Refrigeration gives us some sponsorship money. My parents support me a lot because, who just lets their kid go out and go racing, right? And then other than that, I just want to say thanks to Racing Analytics, of course, and Ron at Discovery Parts for making sure that anything that we need, they help either fix a problem or find a solution. So big shout out to those guys.
Yeah, exactly. So, not to bore you guys, but a couple of partners I'd like to thank also. Lafayette Travel, so my own city partners with me, which is like the greatest thing ever. Lemons of Love, which is a nonprofit in Chicago. Women's Sports Foundation, the Project Podium, as well as E. Esposito's Interiors, which is an interior design company I'm super excited to just now introduce. But I'm super grateful because without all of their help and my parents and these guys out here, I would not be able to be driving. So
If people have questions they want to ask you about racing, how do they contact you guys?
I mean, nowadays you can do just about anything on social media.
Yeah.
So don't hesitate to look our names up. You'll definitely find us. It's pretty easy to tell who's who because first off, we're girls. For a second is that we like cars. And thirdly, we probably got photos of our cars on our page.
That's right.
So you can tell who we are. But you can find me on all social media handles as Ashton Harrison. So
Yeah, same. My name's Sarah Montgomery. Sarah is with an H, just to clarify.
So it's
But
a
yeah.
real way of spelling
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you know.
Exactly.
Mine's is Kelly
Bill
Drove.
only knows
but-
Sarah Lee.
Yeah, there you go.
So where can they find you, Kelly?
Mine's just Kelly Drove, but Kelly's got an extra E before the Y.
Look, we like to be different. Okay?
That's
Sarah with
right.
an H.
That's all right.
Yep.
That's all right. So thank you, ladies, for talking to us today, and I hope you guys do well today and
Thanks.
tomorrow
Thanks.
as well.
One last shout out goes to Deb.
Oh,
yeah.
So Deborah is actually a dude. So his name's Jason Fichter, and he was our honorary girl last year. So we again had the three of us, and then we had Jason Fichter. And because obviously we don't want the name Jason just on the side of the door, or sorry, top of the car on the roof, he went by Deborah always. Shout out to Deborah. So it was an all-girl team last year.
I was wondering where this is going.
Yeah, Deborah.
Not that it took long, but it started off.
Well, you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you say it, do the actually no.
All right. Thank you, ladies. We did start to do our half-hour thing. We're coming up to the finish here, so thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having us.
An hour to go. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
All right, Paulie, back to you there, buddy.
All right, Bill, thanks for that. And yeah, did you mute that microphone? All right, so yeah, there was a microphone that was left open like when you were gone, and I couldn't, during the commercial, I couldn't mute it. There's something wrong with Ring Central, wouldn't let me mute anything. So yeah, so Doc didn't know which one to mute, and it was just making a lot of noise in the background. So whatever. If you know what that is, maybe you could point it out to him. But yeah, we're gonna head off to commercial here, folks. Stay with us.
Wait. Hey, Paul, can you help me here?
Bill's asking, can you hear him?
Yes, I can. How about now? It's way low now. It's like getting clobbered. Hello? Okay. All right, cool.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, yep. So we'll step away to commercial here. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay with us.
That's awesome.
Yeah, hey, Bill, can you mute that? Thank you. Frozen rotors from Diversified Cryogenics deliver increased performance and a higher level of safety while significantly reducing braking system costs. Our proprietary 60-hour cryogenic process permanently and dramatically improves the usage life and stability of brake rotors, creating a distinct advantage in tensile strength, abrasive wear resistance, and rotor longevity. Frozen rotors. It's the cost-saving.
Did you just crash? Paul? Huh?
All of a sudden, the sound went away. Everything, actually. I'm on YouTube. It's black.
Yeah, I think we just crashed. Yeah, I can hear myself too.
Yeah.
Can you message him?
I will. I got it.
Thanks, Tiffany.
All right, folks. Can you hear us on this sound, Tiffany?
I hear y'all. Yeah.
How about on YouTube?
Oh, I have my. Hold on. Let's see. It says it's still live. Let's see. I'm just gonna echo when I pull it up. Okay.
What is making?
All right, folks. Welcome back here. Sorry about that. But we are back here live. It's Champ Car coverage of the Amped Up Duels at Atlanta Motorsports Park. It's the Champ Car Endurance Series presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps. Paul Belton, Bill Strong, Doc Waldrop, and Tiffany Alexander calling the action this weekend for an 8 and a 7-hour endurance race at Atlanta Motorsports Park, located in the North Georgia Mountains in Dawsonville, Georgia. So the running order as things stand right now, let's take a look. According to what we're getting back from Race Hero, it is Danger Racing Group in the lead in their Lexus SC300, also with the fastest lap time of the day, that 131.883. Visceral Racing Group in P2, back about a lap with Hong North behind them in P3. Then it's Schumacher Taxi, Momo Champ in 5th, John Allen Special in 6th, Munich Speed in 7th, Legacy Autosports in 8th, the number 108, Tuttle Motorsports in 9th, Running Bulls Racing in 10th. That's a look at the top 10 overall. Looking at the classes, running order by classes. Looking at Class A, sponsored by DiscoveryParts.com, it's Hong North, then Momo Champ, then Munich Speed. Down to B class, it's West U, the Flying Wankles, and Rotary Sport Racing. To C class, Danger Racing Group, Visceral Racing Group, and Schumacher Taxi. And there are no D-Class entries this weekend, but for EC, it's 901 Motorsport, Wankles and Wankers, and Five Tails Racing.
Okay, Paul.
Yeah.
We're hearing ourselves.
Okay.
I'm not anymore.
No, I think you. No, I can. Okay, good. I know why I'm hearing myself.
Okay.
He talks to himself all the time, though.
No, because I'm listening to the show, and yeah, I have my work headphones on, so we're good.
Wow, Bill, look off to the right of the broadcast position. Those clouds are dark, but they're not coming over us.
Yeah, they're coming left to right.
So we're fixing to hit a little patch of blue skies. So the racing line, by the way, we had a brief 3 minutes or so. Oh God!
Can you say that again?
We had a brief rain shower, not really a shower at all. It's kind of heavy misting, as it were, a light rain. So looks like the racing line is dry yet again. So we see cars making aggressive moves. So we're back here for the last hour of racing.
Yeah. Started the field with, what, about 57 cars?
Yes, sir.
This morning on a very challenging 2-mile road course called Atlanta Motorsports Park, located in Dawsonville, Georgia. Otherwise, I mean, they call it Atlanta Motorsports Park, so...
Yeah, it's a beautiful facility here. What I like about it is up here in it's a private motorsports park, and much like a golf club, but for people that have motor oil in their veins. And it's really cool. On the carpet that goes down the main central corridor, they have this carpet that looks like skid mark racing lines, like you'd see on a racetrack. It's pretty cool. But it's a beautiful facility, top notch.
Right. They've got a nice conference center there and all that fancy stuff for people to come in and have meetings and seminars and so on. And
yeah, the room we're in, where they can open it up to make a much larger room. But yeah, everything's done top notch here. A great balcony where, gosh, you can probably fit 150 people. A lot of teams use this to communicate with your drivers because you're a little bit elevated. You can see all the way down to turn 16. The cars dip out of sight a little bit at 1, but then you pick them up all the way around the upper carousel, turns 3 and 4 or 5. You can see them coming out of 6 all the way till they disappear at turn 7. So it's a great vantage point.
So sorry to hear you didn't get any track time today, Doc, but I'm sure you're planning on being in the car tomorrow? Or are you going to bow out tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Okay. I hope you get some seat time.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It's like your camera feed went offline on your car for some reason, but
as long as the car's not offline.
Yeah, there you go. That's the worst part. I think I just saw it go by the start-finish line there. So you guys are still out there, and it's looking good. So
yep, there he is.
And it looks like Visceral Racing Group just turned in a 141 to Danger Racing's 140. Danger Racing continuing to pull out some gap there. And Danger Racing's pretty much been in control of this race for quite a while now. It's, quite a few hours they've been up in the front of this race. Hong North has been right there with them in P3. Schumacher Taxis come into the mix too, and their BMW 325i sitting there in fourth. Then, of course, there's Momo Champ. They've been up front all day, too, in their Miata. And John Allen Special not about to quit in sixth spot in their 88 BMW.
Yeah, Rodney Yearwood's driving with them this weekend. He's standing right outside our broadcast position here chatting with Ron at Discovery Parts.
Cool. Yeah, so some of the happenings, if you weren't here in the early part of the race this morning, we had gone green on time, but then we went to yellow, full course caution right away. Within the first lap, we had two cars get together, the Mean Green Racing team and the Racing Analytics team. That put Racing Analytics into the turn 15 into the wall there and did some damage to that tire barrier. They had to spend some time getting that sorted out before they could get us back going again. And looks like Bill's down there talking to you've got Troy down there, do you, Bill?
Yeah, I got Troy Trulio here. Troy, you guys worked your tail off at getting that car back onto track. So tell us what happened. You want to know the crash or the fix? Okay.
We didn't talk to you about the crash.
Okay. So going through the kink, the Porsche was being super aggressive. And he went through there, and he went onto the rumble strip when it was wet. He went sideways. I saw him going sideways. I hit the brakes. I went all the way to the left. He hit the wall, and he just stopped. Like, the car stopped and flipped and twisted right in front of me, and wham, I hit him. I thought the car was totaled. The whole hood's up, and car stopped. It wouldn't start, and we get dragged in. I'm fine. And we look at it, and we figure out, okay, suspension. The whole chassis was bent, but we made a caster rod that was way shorter. And the one side of the car is about the wheelbase a quarter inch more on one side than the other, but hey, it's running, splitters up, and no, my guys and me, we just got it to work, and I'm surprised. You doing decent laps now? Yeah, we're doing decent laps. We're doing testing. We put each guy's going out there to see what it's in the dry, and we're going to set up for tomorrow. We got the guy Roger got us a NASCAR windshield. We're going to Alexa one. We're going to cut up and put on later, and everybody's helping us out, so it's really great. That's what I love about ChampCar. Like, hey, look, what do you need? I'm like, anybody have a windshield? He's like, I got a windshield at home. I'll have my dad bring it. I'm like, awesome. So he brought a windshield, and then a lot of duct tape on the car, but it feels okay. It was the splitter on the right is way higher, so it kind of like the right front wheel will lock up first because it's not have pressure there. So we're trying to fix that. But I think we did a 135, which is fine. But the windshield without a windshield is really weird. You can see really good. We get into fourth gear, and then fifth gear feels like it's bogging because it's like a big parachute. You're like, oh, and you can feel the wind on you. It's like it's kind of a weird experience. I like it though. Kevin told me that. Kevin Smith told me that that's the best. He loves it when you're just sitting out there in the open race. Yeah, it's awesome. You can see everything. You feel like you're really part of it with nothing in front of you. But then you go through like oil dry, and you're like, oh, this is terrible. So the one guy, he pitted for like 10 laps, and we joked it was a cookie pit stop because there was oil dry and a full course yellow. He's like, I got tired of getting pelted in the face. He's like, I'm just going to wait like 10 laps until it's all dissipated. So now Tyler's in the car just doing like 10 laps to feel it out and see what it's going to feel like in the dry. All right, man. We'll be ready tomorrow. I'm surprised. I thought the car was total. 35 might do it. Our second place car's doing 35s, 38. Yeah, I mean, we can go faster than that. That was just a 35 messing around with traffic and stuff. We'll be fast. We'll see. I mean, tomorrow's 7 hours, so that'll be better for fuel, and we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited that we get to race tomorrow after I had that. That was my first big crash. And we were all scared, man. That was a hard hit. Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, I just went back out, and I guess it's one of those, you have those two type of mentalities. It's like, you get back in the car and you're scared, and you're like, oh, and I got back in the car and did a 35 on the second lap, so I guess I'm stupid. I just don't care.
just have that like, okay,
It's that
gotta
first
go.
lap actually, because I remember after my crash, I remember that. That's tough.
I just went and like I told my wife and kids, I'm like, if you fall off the horse and fall off your bike, you just got to get back up and go right back out. You don't ponder, you don't think about it. So I just went back out there and went fast, and it being dry when I went out versus being wet kind of helped too.
Did you talk to Maya?
No, I just text them and let them know, and they're okay. And they're even like, she even said it before I did. She's like, "Daddy, fix the car and go back out." I'm like, "Okay."
That's what she said earlier.
Yeah.
Fix it, go back out there.
Go back out. They're like, "All right."
That's his daughter, by the way.
Yeah.
All
So,
right, man. Good luck out there.
thanks, buddy. Have fun.
All right, we were over here talking to Danger here just a couple minutes ago. Let's go talk to John again. John, how's the car doing out there?
It's doing well right now. We're just trying to hold position and finish out the day.
Did Chip get in the car?
No, we haven't put Chip in the car.
Not yet?
No, I don't like Chip that much. So we're just trying. Yeah, we're trying to get through the day and hoping it doesn't rain again. Hoping we don't get a full course caution again.
All right, so we're done with you. So
The sun came out for me.
it did. It did.
Good luck.
So what are you gonna drive?
Oh, I'm gonna drive you crazy.
Okay. You're not gonna get in the
It
car.
was already crazy.
I wish I would. They wouldn't let me.
Okay.
No one's let me yet. I don't know how that is possible. I've had some training now. You know, I've run off the track a couple times. I've had whiplash. I should be good to go.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's not good. So what you got here helping them out, doing the pit stops and stuff, handing them food, things like that?
Pretty much, yeah. Since we're not drinking today, I don't have much to do. You know, I usually just the beer girl. But, you know,
that's good.
So maybe later.
You're in the Army, right?
No, I'm not in the
Not?
Army. I'm not. Should be.
Yes, yes. So we're done talking here. I'm going to hang out with this young lady for a little while. So back to you guys.
We gotta do something with him.
We got to what? Do something with Bill? He's hopeless. Are you kidding me? Do something with him? What? Like a shallow grave?
I am not hopeless. I am not hopeless.
Helpless then.
I'm going to
No,
go
he's
back to
not.
work. And
Hey,
try not
guys.
to get run over.
You got us, Polly?
Yeah, I got you.
I'm joined up here in the broadcast booth by none other than Rodney Earwood, driver of the ZMW. Today he's doing stints in the 46 car. How's it going out there, Rodney? Y'all are running pretty good.
I'm actually today I'm in the 424 Miata, amped up Miata.
Oh, okay. Somehow I looked at an early driver's list, I think.
Yeah, I switched it around.
How are y'all doing out there?
We're doing pretty good. Got up to 9th, and I got black flag.
Oh, no. What'd you get black flag for?
Got a good run at 11. Started heading to the hill in 12. Pete's car went wide, tight left, so I went to the inside. He came across my nose without looking in the mirror. So they did.
Hey, Rodney, tell Rodney that Rich says that he needs to behave himself while he's talking.
He needs to what?
Behave himself while he's talking.
Behave himself.
I'm behaving myself.
He is. He's being very nice up here. Unlike the guy that was sitting up here. So how's the new build going?
It's going good. Massing parts, get everything ready. Going to start trying to put it together, start next week. So hopefully it'll be ready by Christmas when we start testing.
Cool. Excellent. So we can expect to see you probably Road Atlanta?
Road Atlanta, yes, sir.
Excellent. Well, the sun's come out here. Some nasty clouds over to our right over there. But those passed, I think, behind us. So it's the racing line's totally dry.
Yeah, it looks beautiful out there right now, Doc.
Yeah, it's almost Chamber of Commerce kind of stuff out there. So we've got a little bit under 45 minutes to go according to our clock. So I've got to do a quick lap rundown on my sheets here. Towards the end of the race, I start keeping every 15 minutes, so I can see who's gaining, who's losing. So I'll be right back.
So
Rodney
we're out
can
here.
hear y'all, by the way, so he can continue talking.
Wow,
You know, I
okay.
can't do two things at once.
So we're out here at Atlanta Motorsports Park for the Champ Car Endurance Series presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps. It is the amped up duels at Atlanta Motorsports Park on this beautiful 2-mile road course located in Dawsonville, Georgia, in the North Georgia mountains there. 2 miles is the distance, 16 turns, lots of elevation change, and arguably one of, if not the most challenging technical racetracks in the country is AMP. We're out here every year, so we hope you'll be with us again next year. If you're not here this year, we hope you'll join us for next year's race. And you can find out what the schedule is by going to the ChampCar.org website and looking at the 2019 schedule. Remember that you can begin registering for races starting November 1st at midnight. Also, we want to remind you that you can check out our Drew Nab's Race Tech videos that we've put together. So that's Race Tech with Drew Nab. We've got 6 videos that we've assembled, and they are available to you free of charge. And there are 6 videos that focus on the technical aspects of car setup and design. As suspension and geometry is the first one. Wheels and tires, hubs, bearings, and bushings, suspension bars and springs, and steering and alignment.
Hubs, bearings, and bushings?
Yeah, that might be good for...
That's the name of my law firm.
I was going to say, I know somebody that might learn a lot from that.
Yeah, I actually learned so much from that just standing filming it.
Did you leave that parts in the editing, Bill?
No, Paulie edited that. I just filmed it. I was dubbing the whole thing.
Okay. So we got the whole truth, nothing but the truth then.
Yeah.
Just the facts, man. Just the facts.
I may have left out a few bits because, I want that unfair advantage.
That's what I was getting at. I know how sneaky you are, Bill.
632 comes down pit lane. No, not me. The Green Mean Machine is back in pit lane right now.
That's Pete's
They're done
car?
with their test date. Yeah. They were pretty much testing it and tuning it after they did their engine swap. Let's go talk to them real quick. Ed's here with them.
Yep, Ed's of course the owner and driver of the come on, Doc, seriously. The Infiniti J30, the shark car is what we all call it.
Yeah, you drive the shark car out of Florida. What's it like being up here in the north?
Confusing.
So you're driving a front-wheel drive car where normally you're driving a rear-wheel drive V8 car. How was it to drive this car today?
There's a learning curve. I'm not going to lie. I'm not the best here.
Well, the track's pretty technical to begin with, and it does take a little bit to learn. So you're all right there. But the car itself, I mean, it's a big change running from what you do normally.
Loose is loose, tight is tight. Just got to manage it. Learn how to figure out not to turn around.
Right.
That's it.
Somebody
He's the greatest
said
interviewer ever. I love it.
somebody said he might have had contact out on course with another car.
Ed would have never had contact with anybody out there, so we're not even going to ask him that stupid question.
I don't know. That mirror's a little loose right now.
Huh?
That mirror's a little loose for turn one.
Oh, okay. Of course, it had to be a BMW.
Yes.
Might have been a red one. No, that was
Turn it down. How's that?
cool. I got put by a Miata earlier today.
Let's try it.
I got put by a Miata early today.
Oh, was that this morning?
That was this morning, and he got a black flag, and I did not.
That was me driving. The earlier one was me.
The
Yours
first
was the
one,
later one.
first lap, green flag. A Miata punted this gentleman right here.
Yeah.
We were called in. Videos were reviewed. We were exonerated.
Right.
I went out later after the engine repairs and was punted pretty darn hard. Never called in. Miata was immediately in black flagged, so it must not have been me, I guess.
Again, Miata's
broken. Please.
Sorry, Ed. All right, guys, they're looking at fuel system right now. They're just sorting through things, getting things ready for tomorrow, and we'll see them out here tomorrow, hopefully.
All right, just about 40 minutes from the end of the race here, folks.
Happy Moose just pulled into pit road. That's Randy Pope's car.
Yep. We got Danger Racing Group still leading the race, now up a couple laps over Visceral Racing Group in P2.
So what you're
Ready
saying
to
is I
pounce.
may owe Tiffany a beer.
It's starting to look that way, brother.
Yep.
You might want to start.
I don't know though, because if you look to the, I don't know what direction this is. If you look down to pit in, we got some black clouds headed for us, and they're not that far away with the wind picking up here. As
Now, it looks like they're
Racing
moving in
Analytics
quick.
brings their car into pit lane. Looks like they're popping the hood on it. They got tools in hand. They got some sensors on the back of the engine that they're looking at right now. They got the cam position sensor, possibly. Whatever engine or whatever's on the exhaust side. Or it could be totally off and it's something totally different. No, it's a ground wire. They got a bad ground wire, so they're putting a new one on. Those are kind of needed with all these electronics in these cars now. And, bad grounds, bad electric, things don't run right, especially at high RPMs. You start shorting out between other things. So you look like you're having fun down here. How's your car doing?
It's running really smoothly. My brother's built a car, and it's running better than I expected, for sure.
What car is it?
It's a 95 Honda Civic with an Acura Integra motor.
Oh, what team?
We're called Loose Change. It's a father and son team. So my two brothers, myself, and my dad.
Who's in the car now?
So it's my brother Andrew personally driving. And so today is my dad's 60th birthday, so this was our treat for him for his 60th birthday.
Cool.
All right, thanks, guys. Good luck out there.
The team's named Loose Change because after you build a race car, that's all you have left.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, that's all you have left. So Sparrow Speed's here. How you guys doing out there?
Hey, Bill, how you doing? We're doing great today. We don't make it quite to 2-hour stints, so we've got an extra stint, an extra pit stop we just did. Put my dad in the car for the last 45 minutes to run to the finish line. So we're happy with where we were. Early today, we were running in the top 5, second in our class. We love our Miata. It's just doing great. I'm also real happy to see all the other teams here with NB Miatas. We started with the first one in ChampCar a couple of years ago when they were 700 points. Got those down to a reasonable rate. So everyone out there with NB, it's great to see you guys. More spare parts for you, more spare parts for us.
Cool. All right, man. Who's faster, you or your dad?
Oh, I'm way faster. Tom is slow. We are here so that my dad can race. So we put the whole team together. He gets a lot of laps. He's happy. So, all
right. Good luck, guys.
He doesn't seem to understand how this works. The owner is always the fastest driver. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. That's what they say.
These
That's what you're supposed to say.
Yeah.
Teams are starting to put stuff away here. They're getting ready into the day, clean it up. The drivers look like they're doing some changes. How you guys doing out there?
Good, we're doing great.
Can't hear you from over there, man. You got to get closer. So how's the car doing out there?
Doing great. We had a little bit of issues with fueling issues, but we got we got it fixed, got it back out there. We're turning laps.
What kind of car is it?
It's an E30 BMW.
Yeah, what team are you guys?
We are AF Junior.
And have you ran a Champ car before?
No, it's actually my first time running Champ.
What do you think of it?
Oh, I'm having a blast. I love it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Bill, I think you might have dropped off there just a little bit, but we caught most of that. Some of the cellular phone coverage down there in the pits and the paddock area is not what we, leaves something to be desired, but it's good to hear from the teams and drivers.
Welcome to racing.
I know, right? Thank you.
Good luck.
Sounds like they were having fun.
Yeah, about 35 minutes left in the race. Those guys are having a good time, like so many others. Great to hear from one of the many new members that come into the series. So, yeah, Bill, what's up? Bill, we're having trouble picking you up. It's just cutting in and out real bad, unfortunately. So, I don't know. Did you fall down in a well? You might have fallen down in a well again.
Last scene is get Timmy.
Yeah, look at it over. That was turn 16 there. Looking back at turn 9. Look, there it is. Looks like it's having a little trouble syncing up. So.
You got me?
Barely.
Okay, you got me there? Should be better.
No, for some reason it's really chopped up.
Yeah, it's our network here. Hopefully we can come back a little better tomorrow.
So right now, the way things are looking, looking at the top 10, that one of the teams I'm seeing that's kind of fallen down the standings is the 901 Motorsports team that was running quite a ways up at the top, and now they've dropped down below the top 15. Yeah, Bill, I can hear you. Yep.
It's okay. You just continue on.
All right. Yeah, that was much better.
Do we have another choice?
Well, if he can't point out anything, at least he can point out the obvious. We got to give him that. So it's Danger Racing Group still leading by a little over a lap. Vissel Racing Group in their Porsche 944. That was the group that the team that Doc picked for the win. Now in P2, they've been there for quite a while, still holding strong. And that's
we don't use that S word, Paul.
I got to get that in every race. It's my thing.
Oh, come on. Goes Meet and Green Machine back down pit road towards pit out.
Yep, heading out there. Schumacher Taxi in third spot right now with Momo Champ in fourth, Hong North in fifth, John Allen Special in sixth, Munich Speed in seventh, Tuttle Motorsports, the number 108 Mitsubishi Eclipse in eighth. In ninth, it's Legacy Autosports. Autosports. I had it right. Legacy Autosports. And in 10th, it's Running Bulls Racing. Of course, we got to interview Michael, and we continue to interview other drivers and team members heading into races. And so you can find those interviews over on our ChampCar.live page, which takes you right to our YouTube channel, where you can watch all of our videos in 1080 up on the big screen.
All of its awesomeness.
Yes. You wouldn't want to go a week without it. That's right.
Cinematic splendor.
There's several interviews that we've done over there with multiple team members. We've got to speak with some of our one of our sponsors.
Just went around right in front of my car.
Went around? Like, you mean spun?
Yep. Yeah, like spun.
Oh, okay.
Spun in 3.
So yeah, we've got our Race Tech with Drew Nab video series you can check out over on our YouTube page too. All that's over there. But if you want to go racing with us, we'll be at Auto Club Speedway November 17th and 18th in Fontana, California. Over there on the full sports car Roval. And we've got a lot of teams showing up out there that are often with us out there in the West. Alchemy Autosport, we got Arsenic Racing, Bandits and their Pontiac Trans Am's going to be there. Of course, Uncommon Friends and their Z-Car are going to be there. And again, congratulations to Troy Ermish for winning the SCCA National Championship in his class just last weekend.
Drove an amazing race.
Flying Hawaiians will be out there at Auto Club Speedway 2. The Turdmeister guys will be out there with both of their cars. And Willwood Racing will be there too.
Somebody was out there testing and posted a video, I think, on the Champ Car page.
Excellent.
I want to say it was Alchemy. But if you want to get a preview of what the track looks like, that Roval.
Yeah, and wow, look at the size of those clouds moving in that Bill referred to. I mean, it's really changed the landscape of the sky.
Yeah.
I mean, if there is such a thing.
Hopefully my team is putting our gear up that can't get wet. I hope they're not loafing down there.
Yeah. That's always a problem.
Changing the transmission.
What's that?
They're still tired from changing the transmission.
Yeah. Did they change the transmission?
Yeah.
Okay. So I owe somebody a transmission, I guess.
Probably.
Right. Oh, one of my favorite messages that we picked up, a note that somebody had written, and it was kind of staged, but it was still very funny. We walked by a Miata in the lot, and it just simply said, "Hello, we owe you one transmission. Thank you." And it had contact information. So they had taken the transmission out of their Miata and put it in their race car. Well, it was actually their car, but it was really funny.
That's funny, yeah.
Staged, yeah.
Cruise headquarters, and they're busy watching the in-car camera, and they're talking about how they're glad that old guy is doing some other job somewhere so they can have fun. So how is the car doing?
Car's doing fantastic. No one here's been yelled at. It's pretty quiet. We're going to drink all the beer before he gets back.
Well, that's good.
That's
good.
cold.
Yeah, and
I meant not the beer,
so,
the attitude.
So Doc ruined the transmission on that car?
Yeah, keep the clutch out all the way, or get it into gear. You got to use the clutch.
He's used to driving an automatic all day, so
I know that. And
it's not the car.
Not a funny smell.
So he's our new guy on this show. He just started. This is his second race, so he's doing okay. So I think we're gonna keep him. So do you guys need him for the next race?
I think we're okay.
You think we're okay?
Ouch.
We'll be good. All right. Good luck, guys. The video just stopped, and so either something catastrophic happened to the car, or the video just stopped.
Okay. Well, Doc says he's experiencing chest pains, but it's not from his heart. It's from being thrown under the bus repeatedly.
When is the new guy initiation supposed to be over with? Is it like the 3rd or 15th race, or what?
It's that last ounce of blood I give for this broadcast.
We're waiting with a beaker in hand.
Yes. Well, it's probably only going to be a test tube. Alcohol dissolves very quickly.
So we've reached the top of the hour. Less than 30 minutes till the checkers will fly here at Atlanta Motorsports Park. Back in a few moments. Right after this, stay with us. Champ Car Live. Be right back. Frozen rotors from Diversified Cryogenics deliver increased performance and a higher level of safety while significantly reducing braking system costs. Our proprietary 60-hour cryogenic process permanently and dramatically improves the usage life and stability of brake rotors, creating a distinct advantage in tensile strength, abrasive wear resistance, and rotor longevity. Frozen rotors. It's the cost-saving solution for better braking performance.
Almost 10 positions that light flag. Okay.
Our market-leading product is a Novec based. It's a 3M Novec fire suppressant. And what really makes us special is the delivery system. This new 8865 3620 system puts that Novec, 2 separate systems, puts Novec in the cockpit, Novec in the engine bay in less than a second, immediately engulfing the area with a fire extinguishant. So by flooding the area that quickly, we're able to actually put out fires, save equipment, save our drivers. Obviously, that's the most important part.
Discovery Parts is a veteran-owned racing and safety equipment company located inside Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia. We take pride in being a reseller of the best of the industry to Champ Car teams and drivers. We know racing, love racing, and look forward to tomorrow to even more racing. Visit us at discoveryparts.com.
You know somebody that gets hot?
Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems are designed to keep you cool and safe in hot environments. The football shirt is worn under the shoulder pads for total player comfort. For race car drivers, Cool Shirts offers a driving cooling system for virtually every racing application. The multi-person cooling system is designed to meet the demands of the firefighter in rehab. Cool Shirts offers a variety of designs for anyone who gets hot.
Cool Shirt, the worldwide leader in personal cooling systems. Race your phone and become a winner.
Champ Car Endurance Series is sponsored by RVA Graphics and Wraps, a custom graphics shop that specializes in the design and production of the best quality made-to-order vehicle graphics. And by Lifeline. Lifeline uses the latest technology in motorsport fire suppression and extinguishing and is the leader of in-car fire safety systems using Novec and Triple F foam. And Willwood Disc Brakes. Willwood Engineering is a global leader and manufacturer of high-performance, original equipment disc brake solutions. And Cool Shirt Systems. Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems, vests, and garments offer comfort, safety, mobility, and durability when performance matters. And Maxxis Tires. Maxxis Tires International is committed to delivering high-performance, affordable tires to the world. And Frozen Rotors. Premium cryogenically treated brake pads and brake rotors by Diversified Cryogenics. And OMP Sport, one of the world's leading manufacturers of safety equipment and tuning accessories. And by Racing Radios, the leader in racing communications worldwide, providing quality and affordable communication systems for racers and fans alike. And DiscoveryParts.com, offering the best in auto safety racing apparel. So coming up next for the Champ Car Endurance Series, it's the Willwood Grand Prix at Auto Club Speedway for a double 7, November 17th and 18th. And then it's off to Virginia International Raceway for an 8+7, December 1st and 2nd. To find out more, go to www.champcar.org. Still space available there at those races, so we hope to see you there. Getting a message from Bill. Of course, it is starting to sprinkle. So rain beginning to fall in the final 20 minutes of this race. Right now it's Danger Racing Group with a strong lead on the field with Visceral Racing Group in second. Then it's Schumacher Taxi, Momo Champ, Hong North, John Allen Special, Munich Speed, Running Bulls, Legacy Auto Sports, and Tuttle Motorsports in 10th in the 108 car. You can see how the skies are beginning to darken the racetrack as moisture is now upon them.
Oh, that's a huge change from just a few minutes ago.
Right. Well, those clouds are really ominous heading up over the racetrack.
Determined to shake up the end of this race regardless, huh? Or try.
Just when you thought it was safe, yeah.
Okay, Ms. Oden chimed in on Facebook. She says the video of the Auto Club Roval was provided by Bruce Mills. Of course, he's one of my fellow board members. He's with the Uncommon Friends, which is Troy Ermish and some guy, John Morton.
Yeah.
So the rain has started to come down here.
I wish I could have said that.
You can still say it, Bill. You could say Doc was.
Oh, the humanity, the rain. Doc, our weather guy, has just said that rain is approaching and falling.
Wave to the camera, Bill. We can see you.
Where? Hey.
Behind you. You're walking the wrong way.
Hey, everybody wave. Oh, wait, which one is it?
That one.
Quit spinning.
Wave it, pit out. There you go.
So I could just come and talk like this then. So the 909 coming down pit lane. It looks like they're going to do a quick stop, though there's nobody at his pit lane. I don't know what's going on there.
Oops.
No more cars on pit lane. We do have some coming in. Looks like they do fuel stops. Oh, one of the Miatas here. He came down pit lane, and their team is down here, actually, right across from me. He's looking for their spot. He can't find it. They're waving and screaming. There he comes. There he is.
I know they're down here somewhere.
Now he's right up against the wall. They can't really do anything with the car.
He's going to have to go back out on the track and come back around.
Yeah. I'll find them somewhere. But that happens in racing, especially this type of racing. People don't realize how hard it is to find your team. Even though you know where they're at, it's sometimes really difficult to see where your team is because all the easy ups look the same. The view from the side of the track always looks different, and you're and your adrenaline's flowing. And where are my guys? Oh, there they are, waving and screaming at me as you go by them. You know, that kind of stuff. Fun times, though. It's something you can laugh about over beer next week.
It has really gotten dark out here at the track as well with this heavy cloud cover.
Yeah, I'm looking for my flashlight right now.
Don't see much rain coming down.
Here, let me show you my rain suit. I have the best Champ Car rain suit. I have it's a one of one.
A limited edition, then?
Limited edition, one of one. Yes, pretty awesome. It's sort of the same type that the Weather Channel guys wear.
15 minutes, Bill.
So we're just going to call you Jim Cantori now?
Oh, boy. Stand sideways.
Now, one of the Miata's very slow up into 2. And I see a white flag for a safety vehicle, but I don't see the vehicle.
It's too dark.
And just so
down the front straight.
Just so you folks know, the plan is due to the limited bandwidth, we're going to upload the driver interviews at the end of the race. So we're not going to have that live, but they will be uploaded to our YouTube and Facebook feed at another time when Bill can find a spot that has bandwidth.
It's like I'm living at home out here. It's awesome.
Yeah, the boonies.
Anybody that follows me on Facebook knows what I'm talking about. Not that anybody follows me on Facebook, but you know, anybody who's friends with me.
I'm surprised Doc didn't pounce on that one.
I was going to say that was teed up. I'm just waiting. I'm like with popcorn in hand. I'm just sitting back waiting for Doc to knock that one out.
Yep.
Nothing was said. Maybe he walked away.
Must have.
I'll say it for him. You got friends?
Right?
I'm trying to think what he would say. Let's see. Oh, you mean both of them?
That was like 10 minutes ago. Yes,
Yeah.
both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, my wife and my mom.
See, Doc's not here. I don't know what to do.
Well, not my mother.
I'm here.
Oh,
yeah.
he's back. He's back. Okay, good.
I had to go shut the
My
door.
kids don't. My kids aren't even my fans, so it's all right. As long as you guys are my friends, we're good to go.
Oh, Bill, don't you know it?
Bill, we love you.
That's right.
Plus,
All
he's
right,
my ride
this is
back
about
to the
danger
house.
racing. Yeah.
Yes,
this is
it is about
today is
danger
about
racing.
danger racing
Yep.
and the Lexus SC300.
Yep. They're about a lap and a half up on the field with a 1:31.8, the fastest lap time of the day. Kelly Brothers Racing just dove into the pits. The majority of the field is back out on the racetrack, though, right now, finishing up. As they're coming down on the final, 12 minutes or so of this race, what we're going to see as we get towards the final moments here, they'll call out the crews from the pits out to the wall to cheer on their teams as they come by and congratulate them to pick up that checkered flag, because just finishing one of these events is a major accomplishment, let alone winning it. And looks like the day is in the hands of Danger Racing Group.
Yeah. Also want to give a shout out to my buddies at John Allen Special. They just moved into 5th place overall.
Wow, good job. Yeah.
And although the Brew Crew team didn't have quite the finish they were hoping for today, they're down in 39th right now. They'll be all set up for tomorrow. There's always another day. I love that about ChampCar. We usually get 2 swipes at it. I like that.
Hey, we're looking at Rich's car as he comes around down the straightaway here. They think he might have a tire going down.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's just entering turn 6. I'll try and look at it.
Well, here's a look at turns, the front straightaway and 6. You can see the rain coming down across the camera lens there. So it's pretty significant what's going on right now. We've got rain coming down on the track.
Well, I don't know where
they said the car looks good, go with it. So whatever the problem is, they said just go for it.
The racing line looks pretty dry here.
Yeah, it sure does. Well, it's just starting to come down. A little over 10 minutes remain in the race. So that's about 5 laps or
It
so.
stopped spinning, and now it's kind of started back up again.
Yeah, we could see
As
it
we can
through
see
one
by
of the
the
cameras.
go-karters going off the track.
Yeah, I saw that.
Whee!
Went way off to where they don't even mow anymore.
I just saw the Brew Crew team go by. And it looks like the sky's lightening up just a little bit there on the front straightaway. One of the cars in the pits taking fuel right now. What it looks like, I'm not sure. It doesn't look like they have helmets on, so they must not be.
Now I put a new driver in and a tire.
Off they go.
Hi, Bill. I see you, Bill. Look, he didn't even know. He kind of waved back at me.
Yeah. So we're here at Atlanta Motorsports Park, just finishing up the race today. 8 hours of racing today. We'll be back tomorrow for another 7 hours of racing, a separate race. Green flag at 8:30 in the morning, checkers at 3:30. So for those teams like, McKibben's Biohazard Racing for one and Brew Crew Racing for another, they're going to get another shot at this weekend.
Yeah, and we want one.
Yep. And it looks like you're all teed up for it, and so is McKibben's Biohazard Racing. They had a terrible start of the day. In fact, it looked like they had destroyed the race car. It was totaled, but they got the car back out there. It may not be ideal, but boy, that car's been through so much over the years. They keep patching it back together and getting it back out on the racetrack.
Yeah, there's no quitting that team, that's for sure.
Well, if there's anybody that can make it go, it's Bill Strong and Troy Trulio. They can get anything out there. They're going to find a way to get it on the racetrack. Those two Toyota freaks that are...
They're thick as thieves, aren't they?
Like zombie puppet masters. They bring dead Toyotas back to life.
They do.
Zombie puppet master.
It does look kind of scary, I got to admit. That's a scary looking car. It's rough.
The car looked rough this morning. Now it was setting great times earlier. I was like, wow.
I tell you, he still looks visibly fast on track. I don't know what his lap times look like, but...
Tyler Pedersen here this weekend driving that car. Got some stint time. I don't know if that's because Jerry was sick or who's taking, or if it's Drew that was... It might have been Drew Knabb that was taking Jerry's seat at the last moment. I don't know, but definitely a different crew this this weekend from last year where it was just Troy and Randy Popst and Jerry Inger, who's recovering in hospital today and will be for some time after an appendix rupture. Had to have that taken care of. Fortunately, he didn't get terribly sick from it.
Yeah, that's not something you can throw some gaffer's tape on and a zip tie.
You just can't mess with it. That whole septic thing is bad news.
Very bad. Yeah.
So we wish you the best, Jerry, if you're out there listening. Of course you are. I mean, who wouldn't
Get
be
well,
watching
Jerry.
this? Absolutely.
Hey, buddy, get well soon.
Jerry, of course, donates a lot of his time and energy to the Champ Car Endurance Series as a board member.
Oh, absolutely. Jerry's up for re-election, as is Bruce Mills. Also in the running is Chris Huggins. And what's the gentleman's name from he's with K&H, and his name is Ronnie Killian.
Okay.
Also running. So there's 4 members.
All right, folks. So it looks like we just lost. I just lost Doc and the gang there. So we'll get him back here in a second. Now, if we can. Just coming down on the final few minutes here of the race. And I'm going to reach out to the track here. We'll try and reconnect with those guys. But Doc was just bringing up a point that new board member meeting, the new board members will be voted upon here soon. So that's going to be something that you're going to want to be watching for. Coming down to just the last couple of minutes here in this race. And right now it is Danger Racing Group, as you can see, in the lead of this race. And we're just coming down to the last few moments here. I don't know if Doc, if you can hear me at all. It doesn't look like it. There we go. Hello.
Sorry about that. My fault.
No, you're good. We lost a connection on our bridge here, so I'm just trying to catch up. Looks like I got Tiffany back, but I'm not sure if we got Doc back or not.
You got me.
Okay. Well, stay with us here, Bill, because we've lost Doc up in the tower there. There went Brew Crew on by. We just got 5 minutes here left. Are you getting pelted out there, Bill? I see your hood's up.
That's not bad. Yeah, it actually it was starting to really come down, and then it kind of stopped and just got windy again. But
We can see it.
It's not affecting the track itself. Not here, but I thought it was going to get worse.
Probably good that it didn't.
Yeah, we're just coming down to the last few minutes here. We're probably just 2 laps away from the end of the race. Danger Racing Group still out in front in their Lexus SC300.
Somebody's going to owe me a beer. Yeehaw. See, competitive to the end.
Now that's why we love you. One of the many reasons. Vissel Racing Group in P2 and that Porsche, it was a good effort for those guys. They came up 27 spots to find themselves in second spot, but they just didn't have the steam they needed to reel in that Lexus and get away from them. In fact, They got passed a little bit earlier today and just haven't been able to deal with that Lexus. It's just a little bit too strong for them out here at Atlanta Motorsports Park.
That Lexus is fast, and they've got a really smashing lineup of drivers too. So, I mean, they've been in something to deal with all day. They've just been, I mean, like their fast time has been about 4 to 5 seconds faster than all the other cars' fastest times. Just nobody's had anything for them.
They're so tough.
Yeah.
I think that was Doc's car that just went by the start-finish line again. Again, coming down just the final laps here of the race, we see the starter leaning out over the flag stand, looking for the leader. Going to give him that 1 to go. We have a car coming up pit lane right now. That looks like one of the John Allen special cars heading out onto the racetrack again. Looks like he's giving the 1 to go signal to the cars as they come by. It's a bit hard to see from this angle.
I don't think so. Not yet.
Okay, thanks for that, Bill. Bill's down there in pit lane. We see the starter just making sure he's got his checkered flag ready to go.
Yeah, Bill's laptop went down.
Ah, you're back.
And
good job, Doc.
I looked through Slack, found the meeting ID.
Good job.
Well done.
Yeah,
Well done.
Doc, you're no longer using the mixing board. You're using your laptop speaker. Okay, just to let you know.
I thought you were going to say you're no longer an analog guy living in a digital world. Now you're a digital guy.
No, I'm an
One lap to go. 1 lap to go, guys. 1 lap as danger comes by the start-finish line.
Yep, there they are. There's the 1 lap to go signal coming from the starter. They should get the signal over to the crews that they can step out of their easy ups. They got them all. Everybody's hunkered down right now, trying not to get wet. To let them know they can come out. Danger Racing Group is currently leading this race.
About to put it away in the books.
Yep.
My beer, that is.
So my car just put a move on the Running Bulls Racing E30, our good buddies, and it's like, please don't spin it in front of him or something. But we dive bombed him in the 6th.
Gosh.
And I mean, we're all such great friends. I'm sure those drivers will poke fun of each other and like, yeah, well, I let you by. There'll be some trash talking, I hope. I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Oh, yeah, we can hear you good. Heading down the back part of the racetrack now is the leader for the final time.
Trash talking's half the fun, you know.
Oh, absolutely. And especially when it's your friends.
Uh-huh.
So they generally don't take a swing at you.
Checkered flag is in hand by the starter as they are prepared to present that flag to the Lexus SC300 of Danger Racing Group as they come by this final time. The flag is prepared. It is in the air. And there it is. Danger Racing Group takes the checkered flag for day 1 of the amped up duels at Atlanta Motorsports Park. They win the Champ Car Endurance Series first race here this weekend. The Champ Car Endurance Series presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps. The checkered flag is in the air after 8 hours of endurance racing. It is Danger Racing Group in their 97 Lexus SC300 that takes the win. Visceral Racing Group, back about 2 laps, is poised to take P2. And if everything holds true, as you can see there on the left in the timing and scoring pylon that we have there, that's exclusive to ChampCar.live, that should be your finishing order as we understand it. So Momo Champ should come home in P3, taking first place in A class, sponsored by DiscoveryParts.com. Schumacher Taxi worked their way up to 4th spot. Hong North takes 5th. Munich Speed should take 6th position, with John Allen Special, the number 46 car, taking 7th. Running Bulls will come home in 8th. Legacy Autosports and their Miata take 9th. And Tuttle Motorsports rounds out the top 10 with that Mitsubishi Eclipse number 108. And without any D-Class cars here this weekend, it's all A and C-Class cars in that top 10 of the field. So what started out as a very challenging race this morning with cars going off into the tires and some terrible accidents that we saw with between, for instance, the McKibben's Biohazard Racing MR2 and the Pistol Star Racing Porsche, with the mechanical issues that we saw coming down upon the Happy Moose team and the Brew Crew Racing team. Leviathan Racing blowing an engine on track, causing Visceral to spin. Visceral still comes home in P2, but it's Danger Racing Group's day as they take the win out here at Atlanta Motorsports Park.
Congratulations to those guys.
Yep, a great day was had for those guys for sure. So just going over a synopsis, we're not going to do the live pit road interviews on the broadcast, but those interviews will take place, and Bill's going to upload those a later time when he can get some good bandwidth. So we'll have those on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page, channel that is. So we'll have them on the Facebook and on the YouTube.
I like
Bill loves
that.
it. Bill loves it when I say that.
Yes, I
He
bet.
says, how old are you?
Wrong with that. You are old.
He says, how old are you? Nobody calls it the Facebook.
Old people.
I love
and
it.
It's funny
I love
to say it.
I love it. So what started out today, just to give you a recap, and guys, I'm going to have you help me out because I was gone for like half the race. But for recap of the race, the way that things started out, on the first lap, we went green on time and then went right to full course caution as Racing Analytics and Mean Green Racing, the number 679, got together. The Miata ends up in the wall doing quite a bit of damage to the tire barrier there in turn 15. They got that finally repaired, but in the process of that, it was the Happy Moose Racing team. Their car quit running on track. They had to have that towed back into the paddock, discovered electrical issues were the cause, and they began working on that. The Mean Green Racing team machine then stalled on track. They discovered later it had dropped a valve and they were going to replace the engine. Now they had since done that and got the car back onto the racetrack, as we had an interview with that team a little bit earlier. Then there was a big crash at 9:40 in the morning between McKibben's Biohazard Racing and Pistol Star Racing. We had an interview with Troy Trulio, the team owner of McKibben's Biohazard Racing, who described essentially what had happened from his perspective there. They were able to get the car back onto the racetrack and get some laps in for practice for tomorrow's race. Then it was Happy Moose back again behind the wall with mechanical issues. And around that time is when we saw Leviathan Racing Group blow an engine on the racetrack and Visceral Racing Group slide in that oil.
I think they just blew like a hose off of the car, an oil cooler line or something like that, because they were out relatively quickly after that. Certainly quicker than an engine change.
Well, that's good to have that updated information. And Doc, would I be fair in saying that was around the same time that the Brew Crew Racing car fell ill to transmission issues, apparently?
Yeah, that's pretty close, yeah.
So they brought the car into the paddock, changed out the transmission. They got
under
back
an
at
hour.
In under an hour, they changed that transmission, which it takes most of us humanoids an hour just to get to the starter bolts. So that's an amazing accomplishment right there.
I own more 3/8 extensions.
Yeah, to go over the top of that transmission to get that thing.
You need about 3 feet of them.
So they got that car back out there. Then they were concerned about apparently there was an issue with the throttle being a little bit sticky.
Yeah, they got that out fixed rather quickly.
All right, so they got back out there, got that going. Now, there was the threat of rain throughout the day. Rain seemed to come back on the track here and there, but was it really a factor in the race?
I don't think so. Maybe early, but it's a long race. I mean, the racing line, from my vantage point, still looks very dry. The balcony that's in front of me, there's no puddles of water, and most of it's dry. I mean, the only reason I could tell is that it was raining is there's a very small puddle out here, maybe 1 foot by 6 inches, and every once in a while I saw like a drop hit it.
Right. So rain, not a big factor, but it was something that was sort of lurking in the background, ready to threaten, but just didn't really become a factor in the outcome of this race today.
Yeah,
Hey guys.
I don't think it was.
Yes, Bill.
Hey guys, you got me?
Yes, we do.
Hold on. You got me?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Oh, okay, good. So just to let you know that Danger Racing got pulled back to the dyno. Who else got pulled back to the dyno?
Just the one.
Just Danger. Okay, so Danger was called back to the dyno, so he's being dynoed right now. I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere here. And so we're going to start off, and I'm going to start interviewing. Thanks for watching us, guys, and back to you.
Okay. All right, thanks, Bill. So, yeah, Bill's going to do those interviews, and we're going to record those so we get the better quality due to the cellular struggles that we're having there at the site, which we expected. We've had that before. We've gone through this before. And they'll be uploaded so that way you get better quality and you can enjoy those interviews, okay? So that's what we're going to do. Let's go through the finishing order as we have it right now according to racehero.io. So let's take a look here. There we have it. There's your top 12. Now, you've been looking at the timing and scoring pylon. That would be the same as what you're seeing here for your top finishers. Now, if we look at by class, starting with A class, sponsored by DiscoveryParts.com. It's MotoChamp, Hong North, and Munich Speed. That's the top 3. Down to B class, Westu, the Flying Wankles, and Happy Moose in their Volvo. So that congratulations to Randy for still getting P3 in class after all the trouble he had today with that car. Danger Racing Group wins C class, Vissel Racing Group in second, Schumacher Taxi in third. And in EC class, it is the 901 Motorsport team in their BMW 325 IS that will take home a trophy for that victory, because we have more than 4 teams in that class today. Okay, so those are the results unofficially as we have them. And that's going to do it for us here on ChampCar.live for today. Now, we will be back tomorrow morning, a little bit after 8 o'clock in the morning, and start up another broadcast, and we'll cover day 2 race. That'll be a 7-hour race starting at 8:30 in the morning is when we'll go green. We'll start the broadcast up about 10 minutes after 8, and we'll go checker around 3:30 then. It should be at 3:30 rather, in the afternoon. So thank you so much for joining us here from Atlanta Motorsports Park. For Bill Strong, for Tiffany Alexander and Doc Waldrop, I'm Paul Veltsum, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.
Bye. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. I'm going to go join my team. Thanks, Paulie. Thanks.
You rock. Woohoo!